right, everyone. We're going to get started momentarily. We have a few special guests showing up. Right now, show of hands. Am I coming in clearly? Can you hear my voice? Hit 1 for yes, hit 2 for no, and hit the like button anyway, just for the sake of it. Good. We'll be adjusting the sound momentarily to make sure everything's nice and balanced, but I hope you're ready for a fun night, or a night of suffering. One of the two. We'll find out. I mean, kind of what's going to happen. I know we're going to suffer. You're going to suffer, and you'll be happy about it. All right. Looks like the lobby's filling up, and the theater is about to start its presentation. Now is the time, if you want, to open up whatever beverage you have lying around, be it water, coffee, tea, soda, hard liquor, light liquor, gasoline, if that's your preference, if you're one of those Autobot things. Regardless, we're going to begin momentarily. Wow, that was kind of abrupt to that song ending, huh? I thought it was going to have at least a little bit of a petering out finale. Either way. Welcome. Oh, we got a super chat already. Wow, okay.
At Mark M1575 super chatted $5. Howdy, Aunt. Glad I could caught a stream live.
Heck yeah.
Been busy with job, Devil May Cry 5, and Star Fox 2026.
Yo, I really want to play the new Star Fox. Well, not new game. It's the same game from the N64, but I really want to play the new one. Looks like a lot of fun. Anyway, welcome everyone to another one of these streams. As you can tell, we have some guests in the lobby to set up, but we'll get to them in a quick second. Right now, hello everyone. How y'all doing? Welcome to my stream where we watch, apparently, just terrible videos. As we'll find out today, one of my guests has seen this review already and suffered through it with a video that you should watch right now. The other one has no idea what she's getting into. Let's take a listen to them right now as we dive into our lobby and undeafen ourselves. All right, we are now live. Guests, you may unmute yourself right now.
Oh, finally, my computer lets me speak.
I know, your computer sucks, by the way.
Because it needed to update. Like, it needed to do, like, a 10-minute update that changed nothing.
That's how it works. We gotta make sure you check your computer, because those updates are being vibe coded by AI now. So they might have, like, added, like, a back way for your computer to, like, crash abruptly at random.
Yeah, and then I found out, like, for some reason my computer had the mic muted. Like, I had to go into the settings, and I don't know why it was.
Jesus, I love when it does that. It's like the computer's smoking crack.
It's like, why did I need that?
I ask that question all the time with computers. But both of you, welcome to my stream. As I was introducing both of you, one of you has seen this video. The other of you just saw Obsession 10 minutes ago, essentially. Mark, how about you go first with the introductions?
I'm Mark McPherson. I'm a film critic for movieswithmark.com, and I have a YouTube channel where I review movies and other reactions to movies, such as the man we are going to be talking about today with the movie we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Movies with Mark's video on Alex Meyers' review, you should absolutely watch it after this stream. So you stick around here.
After the stream. Don't leave the stream.
We need your viewership. We're running out of people to watch my videos. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, it's an excellent video, Mark. You really nailed every possible angle, especially looking at some reviews. I haven't seen Challengers personally, so I wouldn't have been able to get that perspective on it that you did with that. That was fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where you got to see it with like a crowd too, because I think he only watched stuff on VOD.
Agent 88 super chatted $5. I literally just finished watching Mark's video on this fool.
Yeah, so you have some of my audience just finished watching you, so they don't have to leave. They already saw it.
Indeed.
They're coming back for more suffering.
But yeah,
We got another super chat
Oh,
real quick?
another one.
Sorry, I'll pause real quick so you can give you introduction after this.
At Nick Wolf 3885 super chatted $2. How does 40 Alex have a 12 media diet?
40-year-old Alex. Alex is almost 40 years old, apparently. I've been informed. But, listen, I don't believe age is a big factor in terms of how mature you are. We're all kids at heart.
right.
But that being said, though, I think Alex really needs to, watch more adult things. Sorry. Anyway, so Lizzie, I cut you off there. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Rose Oliver. You've seen me plenty of times on this channel before, both in streams and reading quotes for Ant. I am a voice actress. I am a lesbian voice actress who hides in your yaoi games, and I just watched Obsession today to get ready for this stream, so...
Yeah. We'll ask you, what do you think of Obsession? I'm just curious. I know what Mark thinks, because he did a whole video, and I've talked endlessly about it. What do you think about Obsession, Lizzie, so far?
So, it was a really good horror film, but that said, because of how much a lot of it hit close to home for me, as an abuse survivor, I'm probably never watching this again. I have described it as the best film I will never watch again. Like, it was very good. Glad I saw it. I don't think I could handle a second viewing.
That's fair. You will have to see some of it on this video, but
That's
think
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and like Alex kind of glosses over the worst stuff of it, which is probably bad, actually. I was saying, like, in my opinion, one of the best films I've seen that I don't want to watch again, and I think, if anyone's seen this one, Come and See. I think that for me is my you've seen that too, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's one that I'm like, I love it. It was incredible. You would have to pay me to watch it again, or do it for a video or something like that. That was a rough sit through. Martyrs is another one too. Also, Lizzie, never watch Irreversible. Never watch that film. That was
no.
Noted.
Yeah. That one's a rough one. That I don't get upset with movies very easily. That one bothered me a lot. Yeah.
So I had just watched Obsession, but I also do have history with the subject of the stream, actually.
Do tell.
So I used to be a fan of Meyers. I watched a lot of his stuff until like a year or two ago. It just, I don't know, like there just came a point where it started to blend together, and I also realized it kind of broke my general rule when it comes to reviews on YouTube, where if I feel the video is serving as a substitute to watching the movie, then it's not an actual review and it's not worth my time watching. And unfortunately, similar to our old friend Doug Walker, Alex Meyers' videos are very similar in that regard, and where there's barely reviews, it's just summaries of these movies that don't provide anything. Like there's nothing that makes it a review in my eyes, personally, because I never really get a gauge on what he thinks of the movie. And there's many times where, and the thumbnails were obviously all clickbait, because there's sometimes where a thumbnail and video title will say something completely contradictory to what's said in the video, and that's like the fastest way to annoy me.
Oh, 100%. Mark, I think you have a lot to say on this one too, in regards to that style of movie review. What do you think about that kind of summary as review sort of review?
Well,
in terms of
that's been the biggest problem for the longest time with like places like CinemaSins and all that, where it's just an overview, and then they don't really add much to the conversation and try to be entertaining with it without actually engaging with material, and it becomes like Wikipedia articles turned into videos.
No, 100% agree with that one. I've said a while back, and I got a lot of flack for it when I first said it, but I think like bad faith media criticism in general is a review that feels like a substitute for the video, like what Jazzy was saying, like what you were saying. But like bad faith especially is when the substitute it creates isn't even what the movie
Jazzy,
is.
that's a name I've not
Oh,
heard in
sorry,
a
Lizzie.
long
Sorry, Lizzie. I'm
time.
so sorry, Lizzie. I slipped there. Sorry, Lizzie.
You're fine. You're fine.
But
Plenty of people are getting used to it.
no, yeah. But like, I feel like instinctively a film that like a review that like gives you a bad impression of what the film actually is really bad faith. And I haven't seen a ton of Alex's videos. I think we're gonna go into more than just Obsession this time around. Especially we're gonna watch at least one of his reviews on this stream. But I do feel like a big factor is that when he gives you a replacement of what happens, what he's replacing with is not reflective of what the actual material is. He's missing details. He's changing details to make it seem very dumb. Like to your review, Mark, when you're looking at his Zootopia 2 analysis, like he was like saying, "Oh, what are the chase scenes here for? Everything's moving all the time because Disney doesn't think you can have the attention span to watch something that's like still and like steady, like K-pop Demon Hunters, you know." And I feel like it's such a bad faith interpretation of it.
Right. And I remember even saying to a friend, it's like, you know, both Alex and Doug have kind of this problem where like when on surface level, their format works fine when they're talking about movies strictly for children.
Mm-hmm.
And I do mean strictly.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment they try to tackle something with any depth, it's when it all falls apart.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm going to let a few Super Chats play real quick because they've been starting to pile up, and this is a good chance to get money from Super Chats, so here we go.
Yay.
I'm very cynical.
At Angels Art and Gaming
Sorry, guys.
super chatted $2. Don't worry, Mark. I saw it earlier.
Oh, hell yeah, your review. A lot of people
Yep.
in chat saw your review, Mark.
Oh, a
Can't
lot of
believe
people, yeah.
Oh,
At
yeah.
Oliver
Kings of reviews.
3748 super chatted $2. Movies with Mark? The GOAT.
The goat is here. Well, at least one of the many goats who have shown up my channel. Mark's up there.
At user
Ew.
_225_CCC super chatted $4.99. I literally bought my ticket to see Obsession tonight. BC, I want to catch up on the juicy drama. If there will be spoilers, I'll rewatch this VOD later.
There will be spoilers. We are not going to
Yeah.
avoid that. It's impossible to talk about without
At
that
Zulius
detail.
the Mad Hair
Yeah.
super chatted $5. I remember watching Alex's first few reviews about 7 years ago, and even back then he felt like a pro complainer and made the same video constantly.
Yeah, a lot of the assets are recycled, I noticed, based on just clips I've seen of his videos.
At J Wang
Oh,
makes
absolutely.
super chatted $5. People who make recap YT vids should be kicked out of the solar system.
I don't know if I'd be that mean to them, but I do give them side-eye to an extent.
At Campbellzilla super chatted $20. What's your approach for doing research on the topics you discuss, movies, persons, etc., prior to doing streams or videos? Do you prefer to have foundational background knowledge or judge what is presented at the forefront?
That's a good question. I'll pause Supers to answer that question. And
Yep.
obviously, Lizzie and Mark, both of you can answer this question too. Would you rather, do you have any perspectives on this before I start babbling?
I guess in terms of just joining in for one of these streams, I do prefer to have some knowledge of whoever we are talking about. Like if you've been on any of these streams, I tend to join in, especially for the stuff made by folks that I have some history with. Though that's not always the case. I joined in for you and Chloe's stream of damn it, what's her name?
Neuralities.
Neuralities. And I didn't know much about her work, but I knew plenty about the subject she was tackling. So usually if there's something there that I have some connection to, I'll join in. But just for videos I'm working on in general, usually I try to have like a personal attachment to whatever I'm talking about. So
Yeah, Neuralities was great, but yeah, Chloe and I have a big background with Neuralities. Mark, with you, I mean, you do a lot of really, you have a lot of heavy research in some of your videos. So what's your approach to that?
If I feel like it's warranted, where if I feel like what is being communicated is not everything that, if there's missing context for what is not being communicated here, I feel like then I have to like kind of like bring it out here. And if there's like stuff that they don't research or they're not familiar with, then I think it's worth going into more of it. But with some of them, it depends on how in depth they go and how much misinformation they're spreading. And with Alex, it was easy because it's just not watching the movie. So I just like put up the movie while I'm writing,
Which is
and
perfect.
then it's easy to debunk. Yeah.
Well, I can speak to myself with some of my reviews. Obviously, with Alex, I've seen Obsession. With some of these streams, I've seen the topics at hand, so it's all like off the cuff. Sometimes though, I've gotten details wrong on stream. There was an occasion fairly recently where I was watching something and I mixed up one figure for the other. I think it was with the Real Life Wizard. I made a mistake where I thought he was talking about Aquinas, the priest Aquinas, the Bishop Aquinas, I think it is, from the 1300s. And he was talking about someone totally different. Aquinas, my bad. I got mixed up there. But usually when it comes to these kinds of topics, I have a lot of background knowledge in these subjects, so I just kind of draw from that. With my recent video on Jubilee, I had to reread a bunch of old comics, which I'm sure I missed details because I was covering 30 years of comic history. And I saw some comments going he didn't read these comics. He only glossed over them. No, I went back and read them for the video. But I probably missed a bunch in between. I went for the big key moments. I forgot to mention Banshee's Exiles phase, for example. I think some people caught on to that. I forgot to even mention the Exiles, which is a whole thing. Or was it X-Corps? Oh, X-Corps. Exiles was the multiverse one. My bad. But yeah, no. Often it's about just doing a little bit of homework, making sure you don't forget the key things, and your comments will make sure you don't forget if you make an omission by mistake. Your comments will catch you.
I think a key thing that I also do too is when I do go back and rewatch movies for making essays, I will take notes down while I'm watching it. Just so that I can remember key parts and what I want to focus on. But I feel for people like Alex, that's kind of where their video research and scripting ends.
At the note phase, yeah.
Right, because I just use those as notes, and then I start forming the essay around that rather than just recapping everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, exactly, because that's a good starting point, and you can't really make analysis just based on recap, I feel like. But Alex, I think, just stops at that. I'm going to let a few, St. Thomas Aquinas, thank you so much, or Aquinas. Is it Aquinas or it's Aquinas, right?
Aquinas.
Cool.
I went to a Catholic school, I know this.
Yeah. I'm sure every Catholic in chat was cringing as I said Aquinas.
I'm an ex-Catholic and I was cringing, and
well, you know what?
Everybody phonetically in chat.
Exactly. Oh yeah, in chat they're rewriting Aquinas. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna let some super chats play real quick, and then we're gonna get started with the video.
Yay!
Because I feel like we're gonna be here for a little bit of time.
At Sundrop Center super chatted $4.99. The goofy animations are probably what gave Alex Meyers his audience. At least that's what made him stood out from Nostalgia Critic and Cinema Sins.
And they aren't bad either. They're decent when you first see them.
At Mark M.
it's just they're reused over and over again in every review.
Exactly.
A pet peeve of mine is when someone praises a piece of media only to use it to bash another, Critical Drinker, Jester Bell, etc.
Oh god, they're constant. I hate that. That's the worst.
Me too.
At Tetro Minion super chatted $5. Alex's review was giving hard. He's just like me. Energy akin to folks who have Patrick Bateman's horror, awful nature go over their head.
Yeah, we're going to get that in detail, but that's one of the big issues I have.
At JessISD3 ad super chatted $5. I watched him in middle school and now I'm a college dropout.
You know what? It's amazing how time flies, right?
At Mantis1515 super chatted $6.67. I feel like the only good version of the recap as review is Cinema Wins.
Yeah.
He absolutely carries it with his personality and enthusiasm for movies.
Dead Meat also does a good job with that, I think.
Dead Meat, I was going to say Dead Meat's also good at that.
Informative too.
Oh yeah, think we remember for 8 months, would a video on Fix be interesting to you? Yes, the man with the plan 7678. That would be really awesome for me to talk about.
At Gabe the GM super chatted $6.67. Hi Aunt. Thanks for the script advice you gave me on Discord earlier. Can't wait to see you. Lizzie and Mark tear Alex a new one before bed.
Oh hell yeah! And it was
hell such, yeah.
And I'm glad it helped you out too. Seriously.
At Lupin the Maelstrom super chatted $5. For some reason, my feed recommended me shorts of Amy Rose getting a one-wish willow, which she then used on Sonic. Super speed plus yandere equals game over.
That sounds amazing. But
that's beautiful.
Was Sonic the
Yandere makes super chatted $5. Mark's vid on Sabers Park was a wake-up call to the point I changed the direction of my film animation analysis podcast.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, Mark, those were your better episodes, I think, because I think you were really fair with Sabers Park's perspective and really analyze that effectively.
Yeah. So I think he was more genuine. I enjoyed covering his stuff a lot because it was just I got to focus more on just talking about the movie rather than his character. Just like no, you're not saying enough. Say more. There's more to say on these movies,
And I think there's more nuance with critics who aren't really in bad faith, but just aren't diving in deep enough to the ideas or looking at it from a different angle. Because you feel like less of a. I feel like I'm not sure if you feel the same way, Mark. But sometimes when talking about like an obvious grifter, it's like. You are so frustrating. I actually feel anger in my heart for this person. Whereas the same as Park, it's like, no, you're just missing this key detail,
Right.
Yeah. Which is a whole factor. Sorry, I just saw. Okay, cool, excellent. I finished exporting files into my hard drive. I got a new hard drive. Also, I'm running out of space on my hard drive for backup stuff. Yeah, no. Yeah, Dead Meat. I've heard nothing but good thing. I'm seeing people in comments saying that they love Dead Meat, like they've met Dead Meat or what have you. Like, yeah, James, they seem like such cool people. Honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
They do, yeah.
Also, one thing before I play the video, just no one else here is gonna be excited for this, but like new Nightmare on Elm Street film coming out, maybe it'll be good. I'm hoping.
Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps even.
I'm hoping it's better than the 2010 movie, but anyway.
I mean, that's a pretty low bar to clear. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so for the duration of this video, please, I'm going to be pausing supers only because we're going to be getting heated. I'm going to unpause them at key moments. Be sure to leave super chats because it helps the channel out and it gives us topics to discuss. However, we're not going to address them quickly. So if you are going to leave a super chat, try not to do something that requires a specific context like 10 minutes prior when we get to it, because if it's a certain timely comment, then we might, not be able to have the context needed when we finally get to it. So be mindful of that. That being said, let's open up the file. And I have to thank Movies with Mark also for the file. He provided it. So thank you everyone for Movies with Mark for this
Warning,
file. Let me go back a second. Because Alex decided, like a coward, to hide the video from everywhere on the internet. Well, let me actually adjust the screen.
Oh boy, I'm trusting the cartoon character who's so white to give us the most nuanced look at this film.
Oh yeah, his perspective is very nuanced. He knows what why would you not trust the cartoon character to tell you an accurate perspective of this video?
It's also just funny that he thought deleting it would make everything better. It's like, no, it was up too long, buddy. Like we.
Hang on a second. Maybe make sure you adjust the screen so you can see it more effectively.
I think he knew it was bad because he privated it, not just like unlisted it.
Yeah, no, that's how you know. That's how you know you screwed up if you did that much to it.
Like with the Melanie Mac video she took down, like she just unlisted them, so I had the links and everything to get those. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like he really wanted this gone, like scrubbed.
At Axel Service Bot super chatted $10. Covering the video felt like someone trying to be contrarian. Only to agree with everybody. Still, the video argument was still horrible.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pretty bad video, and we can get that in more detail as we go.
Again, this is my first time watching it, so we'll see how this.
Well, Mark and I have both seen this at least once, so Mark probably dozens of times while editing. All right, let's go.
Oh boy.
This video is an attempt at a good faith, nuanced look at the fictional movie Obsession and the characters therein, which will probably upset some of you for some reason. You know, I don't think I've seen the internet freak out about a movie like they have with Obsession. At least not in a long time. Maybe K-pop Demon Hunters was the last time where like everywhere you looked, everyone had an opinion about it. I guess you could say everyone's kind of obsessed. So I knew I had to make a video about it, but like they kept pushing back the VOD release date, because y'all kept on watching it. $750,000 budget and it made $300 million. One of the biggest indie film success stories of all time. Now, I don't make a lot of videos about horror stuff, but I mean, a semi-rom-com about a nerdy loser guy who gets the girl at the end. Wow, this sounds like a nice, wholesome movie. But okay, let's check it out. So come along, kids. So
let me, I'm going to pause right here for a second. Right away, the entire framing of this is off. He's framing it like, oh, it's a wholesome rom-com. It's a family film. He's trying to recontextualize Obsession in the format that he's most familiar with. That being the teen rom-com, the animated family film, the cartoon, because that's his bread and butter. But I think right there, that approach is already wrong because you're not approaching the genre with its specific needs and specific elements at play. Because horror has a set of elements that you have to consider when discussing it.
One problem I notice, and I'm curious if you'll agree. I'm getting Jello Apocalypse vibes and the fact that he feels the need to do a stupid voice to keep everyone's attention.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing. This radiates Jello Apocalypse. And like, yeah, Mark, are you, how familiar are you with Jello Apocalypse? Have you, I don't think you've done a video on Jello yet, right?
I haven't done them. I've watched a little bit of the videos and I feel like not enough here, but yeah, I understand everyone's issue with this channel.
Yeah, we did a stream a while back on Jello where Lady Emily just showed up randomly in the middle of it.
Coolest moment ever, by the way.
It was very cool. It was very cool.
Damn.
Lady Emily just sometimes shows up on stream randomly. We have no idea when she's going to show up. It's crazy. She'll just pop up. It's great.
Yeah.
It's happened a couple times yet.
With like the way you framed it with like saying like, oh, I like enjoy a good rom-com. That sounds like the setup to a joke. Because like he knows he has to know it's a horror film. So I thought it was going to be setting up as a joke. It's like, oh, I think it's a rom-com. And then he watched like, oh my God, this isn't a rom-com at all. But like, he doesn't do that in the video.
No, it feels like the most easiest joke setup ever. Like, it's almost like, yeah, let's watch a nice family film, a nice wholesome historical epic. Let's watch Shallow with the kids and everything. You know? It's like that kind of setup to a joke, like a real.
I was so tempted to do that with the end the video.
No, you did.
I was so tempted.
You just did fucking. You just a fucking Auschwitz movie. It's so dangerous. Well, I mean, honestly, you weren't that far off with your gag at the end.
It'd be pretty similar.
Very similar. Just with fewer shit-eating grins in your movie. But yeah, no, it's the easiest opening for a joke, and he never makes it, which is so bizarre because he's constantly making jokes. This is the easiest setup. He could just do, it's a nice family rom-com, and just have like a montage of like Nikki screaming or whatever, or like doing the terrifying like walking backwards thing or something. You know, there's so many easy setups. Just show the trailer. Just show like the head bashings. I don't think he ever mentions the head bashing scene, does he?
No, he completely skips over it.
Completely ignores the head bashing, which is one.
He just goes, "Oh, they're dead." Yeah,
they're dead now. Okay, I mean, does it even say? Oh, we'll get to it in a bit, but like, it feels like. That in the theater, that scene, I'm not sure what this says about me, but my spouse and I just started laughing because it was so abrupt and it kept going for almost cartoonishly long, almost like a cartoonishly long period of time, like just bashing the head against the brick.
There's a few moments in this movie that I found funny in the most uncomfortable way. So there were several bits in the movie where I was just laughing like.
Did you ever see Curry Barker's YouTube videos, Lizzie? I think Mark probably.
No.
Oh, they're so funny. Like Key and Peele type of humor, basically.
Oh, I should check them out at some point.
Oh, it's very funny. There's some really because like on TikTok after Obsession came out, all of a sudden his videos just kept coming up my feed, and all of them were like.
There is one moment in the movie I had a particularly loud reaction to, but I'll talk about it when we either get to it or when he skips past it. Either way. Hell
yeah. Hold that thought because I want to hear it.
No. It was about the midway point of the film, so.
Okay. I think I have an idea. Mark, have you seen Curry Barker's shorts? Or like his film Milk and Cereal?
I did see Milk and Cereal, yeah.
Really good, like really exceptionally good, like little low budget. Like so Lizzie, it's a horror movie made on an $800 budget.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. I heard it's good. I should give it a watch at some point. I just need to recover from Obsession.
Yeah. I think it's a little more. I found Milk and Cereal more like it's more violent certainly than Obsession. I would say. Like there's a real discomforting element to Milk and Cereal. I think is really, really good. The Chair, his short film, also is really good. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Let's power through this. We're only 30 seconds in.
Let's take a walk. Say getting sidetracked this early. That never happens.
I feel like
never
coming apart. I think about you all the time, Nikki. When I try not to, you're in every song I listen to.
marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears.
So this is our main.
That is such a fucking millennial core joke, in the worst way possible. When people say millennial cringe, that's what I'm talking
Right.
about.
Also, like I.
Sorry, cut you off there. Sorry, Mark.
I was just gonna say, like he's 38. He's talking about gummy bears. Gummy bears went off the air like 1990s. So I mean, I remember it. I don't know how. Like, is he that nostalgic for it? Or
I don't even think of gummy bears really at all.
There's a surprising amount of gummy bears nostalgia out there. Like they did a joke regarding the theme in the TED TV series recently.
Really? Like what is gummy bears of all things? Like not Transformers?
I don't know. It's one of those shows I don't think much of, but then like I'll see like a random person have nostalgia for this show. It's kind of funny, and I think it's kind of neat, honestly, that this little show gets like people like, you know, like all nostalgic and like they have like this wholesome love for it. But yeah, no, it is kind of weird. Like
I made a joke the other day on like Blue Sky or whatever that like I feel like the Page Master is the ultimate like millennial core cartoon movie that everyone remembers fondly of a certain age, but then no one wants to go and find it because they know it's going to be bad when they watch it again and they don't want their memory of it ruined. And I got a comment, I think it was from Lil Karibo left the comment where he's like, "Yeah, I just saw this recently. It does suck." I'm like, "Fuck you! Thanks a lot, Lil Karibo, for ruining my memory of this wholesome family film." I'm kidding. By the way.
There are a lot of like, because everyone talks like, "Oh, '90s had great cartoons." No, we had some crap. Like if you go back and watch like Rockadoodle and
oh god, that was a lot.
We're Back, Dinosaur Story.
A lot of late stage Don Bluth was really rough. I think that A Troll from Central Park was another one.
Oh yeah,
that was rough. Anastasia was all right. That one is carried by the music, but like Rockadoodle sucks. Troll sucks.
The only thing I remember from Rockadoodle is the scene where the kid goes, "Jeepers, I'm a furry."
Oh god.
That's literally the only thing I remember from Rockadoodle.
That should be a meme. More of one anyway.
There's a reason for that because none of the story makes sense. So that's not just faulty memory. Your brain was telling you, no, this movie is not working.
Yeah, no, that one's tough. God, I don't remember that much of it. I just remember like the freaking like Elvis impersonating Rooster and that, but I don't know what he does. I don't remember what he sings. I just remember him visually, and even then, my memory's hazy of that much.
People are mentioning that the kid actually said, "I'm all furry," but fuck you. My brain remembers it as "I'm a furry."
It's such a dumb plot. It's like the rooster has to sing so the sun will come up, and he doesn't, and that means the end of the world.
Oh, good.
That's pretty much the story.
I mean, the Troll from Central Park ends with the world ending too, so it all works out. Okay, here's a question for you. This might be an obscure one. Does anyone else remember this one cartoon? I think it was called The Magic Voyage. It was made...
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, the Christopher Columbus bee Aztec.
Yeah, it is a trip. Like...
That is a wild... I remember that. I remember that vaguely the other day. I'm like, what was up with that fucking movie? Fucking like what was going on in the war? I mean, I know it was like the anniversary of like Columbus's journey, and they wanted Columbus's quote unquote journey, and they wanted to like make a bunch of films romanticizing a genocidal monster. But even then, like that's the weirdest one.
Anyway, do we want to get back to this before we get off track with?
Let's let a few supers play real quick. But yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Just because they pile up quickly.
At Megatonepster 3833 super chatted $5. And please play the video muted. I cannot stand how this idiot sounds.
I can't do that, unfortunately.
At Truth Hope Love super chatted $1.99. Can't remember last time a review got controversy.
Critical Drinker's review of Predator Badlands. That was the last big one.
At Lupin the Maelstrom super chatted $5. NGL. Hope we get a sequel where Alex watches Buddy this August. If you don't know, Buddy was
No,
directed
thank
by
you.
Casper Kelly, creator of Too Many Cooks.
That was oh man, his short film for VHS Halloween I didn't care for too much, so maybe it could be good. I
At
don't
Jay
know.
Wang makes super chatted $5. What I like about Obsession, no character says the main theme out loud nor tells the protagonist how much of a coward he is.
Except for Curry Barker as the guy on the phone on the help desk, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind
At
of.
the Wave Runner super chatted
Hey,
$2. Crowning jewel is the Rapping Dog Titanic movie.
Oh God, yeah, that movie's wild. Thanks a lot, Wave, for reminding me of that beautiful train wreck of a movie.
If it hadn't been for you, I would be now in someone else's digestion.
God, that movie. How do you remember that much from the fucking Titanic movie with the talking rapping dog?
That is the only, again, that's one of those things where that's the only thing I remember. I just remember the rap and the line leading in where the kid just says, like, you know, oh, if it hadn't been for you, I would be now in someone else's digestion.
Yeah. Also, people are mentioning the, and Tentaculino, the sequel to Titanic, the animated movie.
No! I forgot there was a fucking sequel.
And another animated Titanic movie just unrelated to the first one, which is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let one more super chat play, and then I'm gonna get to the video.
At Tyrants Redix super chatted 86 cents. Imagine if Alex watched Sinners expressionless?
Oh God, I can't even imagine his response to that one. Anyway, let's let this continue. Let's hear his thoughts on Bear.
Main character Bear. Bear is 25, according to the screenplay, and he's never outgrown his awkward high school loser persona, which means he's gonna have a great career one day as an online content creator. Hi there, welcome to Twitch. Are you mentally stuck at 15? Perfect, we're gonna put you on the front page.
If you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sorry I made you do that.
No, it's okay. You're okay. It's
Just
fun break.
just pretend like.
You're good.
Oh my God, dude, that was so embarrassing. Can we...
I don't know, man. You got that strawberry milkshake sitting right there, so something tells me you're the kind of guy who's internalized a few too many rom-coms written by equally pathetic losers as yourself. I mean, trust me, ain't my first rodeo. So this is Bear's friend?
I feel like he's really projecting onto Bear with that line.
I'm getting that vibe, and considering how I immediately got the creeps from Bear from frame one, I'm just kind of like, oh dear.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable. Like,
I do want to share something I said about Bear upon this first scene. I need to pull it up on Blue Sky because I did like a thread of like non-spoilery reactions to shit in this movie.
Oh yeah,
just because I thought it'd be fun.
It'll be better review than what you did.
Yeah. No, during the first scene, I said, here's what I said. I said, he hasn't done anything that bad yet, but I already got a vibe from him. He's totally the type of guy who would say he supports the gays, but would try to get his lesbian friend into his lesbian friend's pants because he thinks he'd be the right dick for her.
Yeah, well, that's all it takes to have conversion therapy. Just be the God. I'm so sorry.
Like he is totally the guy that would act like he supports gays until like a lesbian rejects him. Let's be real. Like,
yeah. I mean, like he's not like he would probably vote for Graham Plattner. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Timely joke there. I'm so sorry. He would vote for Graham Plattner after the accusations. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
That is probably the simplest explanation of him. Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be like, I just like his policies. That's all. But yeah, no. I people are mentioning in chat that Alex Meyers has been divorced twice. I don't want to act like that is a direct correlation to what he says in this review, because there's many factors as to why someone can get divorced. You know, not all marriages work.
Right.
But it does seem indicative of something if like it's two different marriages and you're the common factor in a short period of time. Because he is in fact not much older than I am. But that being said though, oh my God, no, I can't with them. The problem is, and I'm going to just share this real quick, because I just, you know, it's my stream. I can do whatever I want here. When watching Obsession, my first thought was like, oh, so he's the title. He's the one with the obsession. Like that was, I thought very clearly he was the one who was the title's referencing. It's his obsession with Nikki, his fetishization almost of Nikki as a person that like drives the action of the narrative. And when you watch this movie, you get this sense that, and you know, I think we all are in agreement on this one. he likes the idea of a person rather than the person itself. He's
Absolutely.
He's so obsessed
Absolutely.
with getting Nikki. Once he has her, even before the creepy shit starts happening, he still treats her like an object. Like there's that one shot where they're in the dating montage, which we'll get to, where they're like sitting down watching TV and like she's looking at him and he like tilts her head back at the screen. It's so possessive and so like indifferent to what she wants, even though it isn't really her. It's the entity. It's the wish possessing Nikki. But it still is so indicative of someone who has no respect for his partner at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I thought that visual was such a nice little key encapsulation of all the problems with this character. Like just a few little scenes that Alex completely glosses over in this entire review because he's not looking at that. But like it's small details like that that really expand on who a character is and what makes them tick, you know?
Especially where it turns around on him, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It backfires fast, and I am very happy it does. Not for Nikki's sake, but because Bear sucks. He's a little sniveling coward. All right, back to this.
Ian, I guess they're not really like friends, but they like work together. But anyway, Ian is currently trying to help Bear practice how to ask out a girl named Nikki, the girl of his dreams.
Have you ever actually like flirted with Nikki? Be playfully mean with her.
Be mean to her.
Playfully mean, yeah, but bring up freaky Nikki.
And
I love how everything he says is really bad advice, and it's almost might be on purpose just to fuck up his chances.
Right.
Yeah, anyway, back to this. I'm sorry.
that will like take her breath away.
Just say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Okay, so real talk, if you have to try this hard to have this kind of like game plan on how to ask a girl out, then like, it's already gonna fail, okay? If it's this hard, you've already lost. I mean, as douchey as Ian is, like he's right when he says, you know, have you ever even flirted with Nikki, like at all? Cause it's really weird to come out of nowhere and be like, dearest fair maiden, I know we've only exchanged mere pleasantries these past few years, but I must inform you that I wish to begin a courtship.
Yes, that's the point.
Bro, I just came over here to fart, okay?
He does that kind of gag so often in his reviews based on what I saw in Mark's video and what I saw with Phineas's stream. He keeps throwing out that same scenario of him over romanticizing and kind of contrasting that with like a deadpan kind of like response from a girl. But it makes you kind of wonder, like, again, he's taking the pressure. He's again treating like he's really overemphasizing the male character's perspective. In this case, Bear's perspective, but he's kind of ignoring anyone but that. And as we see, he does that more and more. We'll get to that in a bit, but Mark has already noticed this, but Lizzie, take extra note as you watch of how he draws the ladies in this.
It's all coming back to me, and I'm like, oh, jeez.
Oh, it gets worse. Gets so much worse.
Oh, jeez. I remember. It's all coming back to me.
Anyway, back to this.
Anyway, so that night, Bear goes home and finds his cat dead. Apparently, it got into his grandma's medicine or whatever.
No. Oh, no. How did you get into these?
Little backstory. So Bear's living in his grandma's house, who recently passed away. So, you know, it's full of all kinds of grandma stuff, like insanely racist paperweights.
God.
As you might imagine, Bear's got a lot on his
What the
mind.
shit was that?
Those were racist paperweights that just happened to show up randomly.
That was an attempt at a joke. That didn't work.
No.
That was humor, apparently. Just throwing in shocking visuals in an already shocking movie.
Also, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know why he had to start with the somber moment of him discovering his cat. Like, he doesn't play off it. He doesn't need it. I don't know why he went from that and then zoomed directly into the backstory. It's just the placement is weird.
Yeah, like why it's so jarring seeing this a genuinely upsetting scene. Like even though Bear sucks, like it really isn't funny seeing like his cat dying. It's deeply upsetting and deeply sad. And it's it's done very well in the original film. But like,
oh yeah,
when you conflate the dead cat who died from eating, like again foreshadowing with the end result of the film, with the fucking cheesy fucking animation style, making fun of Infinity War with the grandma turning to dust and all that, like it's just so jarring. It's so bizarre, and it's like, what the fuck fuck were you thinking, man? Like, don't show the clip. Just summarize. He summarizes a lot more later on in the video. So his choice to show that clip is really weird.
So, Ant, I've been watching a lot of stuff today before going to the stream, and I want you to understand the drop in quality of what I've watched today and going to this review.
Okay.
Today I watched Obsession. Good movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
I watched the Curry body swap episode of Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Oh,
fucking peak. Fucking peak. I watched the most recent episode of Ghost in the Shell, which had the boat scene. Yuri. Yeah. Excellent. And now we're here.
At the bottom layer of hell with Alex Meyers talking about...
That's a drop!
Oh, yeah. And I'm so grateful he decided to drop in with me at this bottom layer of hell. Yeah, no. But yeah, no. And also, like, why the fuck the racist joke? What is that? Was it ad? Well, what does that really
Old
contribute?
People racist? I get, but that's like such a jump.
Yeah, and it doesn't even match with the tone. Now, like, there are many things you can make fun of Obsession for, and there are things you can criticize about it. Racism is not really a factor in this whole scheme of things. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why? I don't know. Let's let a couple super chats play real quick, and then we'll come right back into it.
Well, but he'll make it come in there.
Yeah, right. He'll make it. He's gonna shove it in there. Oh God, I'm so sorry. There you go.
At Lupin the Maelstrom super chatted $2. Make Alex watch. I saw the TV glow.
No. That'd be a terrible idea. But I also kind of want to see that.
Super chatted $2.
Sick way.
Why were they mean to Remick? He helped them.
That would be if he watches Sinners. Yeah. He would say that though.
At Red Power Button super chatted $10. A detail I caught on is that Bear exclusively wears knitted clothing. Gives me the vibe that Bear really wants to come across as non-threatening, nice guy, harmless. Thoughts?
That makes sense. He has a different interpretation of the sweat of his clothing.
At the Waverunner super chatted $5. I do think seeing yourself in an evil or flawed character can be good as a way to self-reflect and be mindful of your own flaws, like a wake-up call.
100% agree. 100% agree with that.
It will be a one-up tier.
Yeah, he does not do that.
The Man
though.
with Applin 7678 super chatted $5. I think it says a lot that the poster child for acts seriously about cartoon characters. Mr. Enter has more maturity discussing media than this YTER.
And Mr. Enter has gotten better over time.
He has,
which is good.
Grown, yeah.
He exercises some self-reflection.
But
yeah. Sorry.
To go back to the one about it's like, there's nothing wrong with seeing yourself in deeply flawed or even evil characters. I agree. That's fine. Like two of like, you got to understand that Digital Circus finale made me relate so hard to Jax, and I understand how in some circles that makes me come across, but I relate to Jax while also acknowledging that that they fucked up. So,
which is a big thing. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many characters you can see yourself in that it's like, I think, for example, with characters like Lex Luthor, for example, I think James Gunn said that when drafting the newest Superman film, he saw himself in both Superman and in Lex Luthor, and tried to just draw from those human emotions when drafting them, and that's a healthy mindset to have because it helps ground even your villains in something real, even if it's less pleasant than what you want. I'm going to let a couple more super chats play real quick, and then we're going to move on.
All right.
At SM Jida super chatted $4.99. Alex sounds like if Super Eyepatch Wolf gave up 12 years ago and started jiggling keys for his audience.
I can't say that about Super Eyepatch Wolf. I don't want to put that on.
Me neither.
No.
At Tyrants Redix
cool.
super
like
chatted 86 cents. Alex would 100% say he relates to Griffith.
Yeah, I mean, this Griffith guy.
Probably. He's an
ambitious young guy. He just wants to be in charge. What's so wrong about that? He wants to get the pretty princess. What's wrong with that? He wants to be really close with Casca. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Anyway.
I hate that I laughed at that, Ant. I hate that I laughed at that.
Right?
Fuck.
Right? Anyway, back to this.
His cat died.
Okay.
He has no idea how to ask out Nikki. He's walking around with this haircut like my dude can't catch a break. So it's Wednesday night, which means trivia night, because Bear and his friends are super cool. The team is Bear, Ian, Nikki, and their other friend Sarah. And they all work together at this like music shop place, which seems to have a lot of employees for a random store on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. So he's feeling pretty down, as you could imagine. But
I just want to point out something here. Look at how he draws the characters. I want to go back to this.
That's what I was saying. Oh, Jesus, too.
I feel like one of these is not. I feel like two of these are not like the other.
It's just so weird. It's so off-putting. Like, I'm not against drawing characters in a sexual way. I'm the last fucking person who should have an issue with that. But when it's like side to side with male characters, it's so weird. Like,
and it's such a big juxtaposition too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like here are my doodles, and here's like still life class.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna draw the hip dips and the hip bone at the exact same time, and armpits too.
Jesus Christ!
Also, the men are all bald, and the women have hair, like lots of hair, like so much hair.
God, I'm starting to remember why I stopped watching these videos.
But it's horny, but in like a weird Pillsbury Doughboy way.
I think you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mark, I think, had that comment first, and I gotta give credit for him on that one.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, I'm giving credit to you. Sorry, I gave credit to someone else.
Yeah, no,
I threw that out there. Yeah, I want everybody to recognize the Pillsbury Doughboy art styles.
If it's the two lopsided eyes pointing in two different directions, it's like almost a little bit of Invader Zim thrown in there too with the guys, and then but not with the ladies. It's a totally different style with them.
Like, so
just put on the chef's hat.
Yeah.
It's weird because I don't necessarily mind the more simplistic like art characters. It looks fine, but like it's weirdly inconsistent when you draw guys like this and then like the women like this. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like it's kind of like it's kind of like the anti-Dubus Goobus, where he like draws every character with kind of these basic proportions, and they all look like gremlins, and I love everything he draws as a result of it.
Mm-hmm. But it's very jarring too, because like first off, they all have teeth and fangs, and like the men meant to look as goofy as possible, the women meant to look as like alluring as possible with the art style, and it just, given the comments he makes as this goes on, it really comes across as though he doesn't understand that women are like people. And at this point, I wouldn't say he's being misogynistic at this point, but it quickly becomes that as we go on. I feel
but the seeds are being planted here.
The seeds are really being planted here, and the trees are growing. And like, it's not even that, like, I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, he's just drawing sexy ladies. What's wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. Drawing sexy ladies is a service done to society, and I give you credit for doing it. That's not the problem.
Right, like I said.
Yeah.
The context of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
What we're trying to say is, if you're going to draw sexy characters, make sure the men are also sexy.
Equal opportunity sexiness, thank you very much.
Look at Marvel Rivals. They got the message. They're letting everyone goon all at the same time. It's gooning everywhere.
All right, shall we continue?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Ian, Nikki, and their other friend Sarah, and they all work together at this like music shop place, which seems to have a lot of employees for a random store on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. So he's feeling pretty down, as you could imagine, but Nikki, of all people, calls him up to ask if he's going to hang out with the friend group that night.
I don't think I can tonight. I'm just catching up on some stuff.
Yeah, so I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Really?
Shit! God damn it!
Are you okay?
No, I just dropped my crystal necklace down the drain.
Oh, no, crystal necklace! Bear, get out while you still can. But then again, Nikki is a hot Latina, so one can only remain strong for so long. Now, because Nikki dropped her necklace, Bear gets this idea to get her another one. You know, be the hero, get his foot in the door, and then have no idea what to do afterwards, like me 80% of the time.
Again, he relates so much to Bear, but Nikki is a sexy Latina who you can't resist, who also loves crystal necklaces. And that's the entire character, as he sees it.
I don't like the way he kind of objectified Nikki's actress there. Yeah. No, thank you.
It's very off-putting, especially because that's the primary way he talks about her.
Jesus.
Like, it's so off-putting and so weird. And it's fine if you think she's hot. That's fine, but like,
Right, she's very attractive.
She's a very
like-
beautiful woman, but like that's the only thing you're gonna talk. Well, actually, no, it's not true. She's a Mets fan, so you know that kills it right there. I'm kidding.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Ant.
Yeah, exactly. I don't watch sports. What am I talking about? I don't care about that stuff.
I do. Someone commented, when I objectify the women from iconic film, don't objectify the women. Shout out to Emery Palace for that one. That was good.
That's very funny. I love that. Oh God, yeah. It's like, as a Latina, yeah. Latinas in chat, how do you feel about how Alex Myers talks about fucking Latina women? Oh, it's so exoticizing. It's very fetishizing in a way, especially like, and again, Mark, your video covered this too with the Zootopia 2 review. How he talks about like Judy Hopps the whole time, like in a really strange, like a really purely sexual kind of way. It just feels like he only talks about women in like very sexual terms consistently. And there is one video I want to cover later that he also made that I think has that same element at play. But it feels very off-putting that the only things that he has to say about Nikki is that she's sexy. That's really weird. But well, actually, that's not true. He has other things to say, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, but yeah, well, like the thing with like Judy too is like it's a fictional character, so again, the idea of a woman he's more fascinated with than like an actual person.
Exactly. And through that lens, it becomes really clear, especially as we get to like the later portions, that he does kind of have the same vision of Nikki that Bear does in the story, as an object of desire rather than a person with wants, needs, and feelings, you know, which I think is a big reason why you might relate to Bear more than anyone else. So, you know, concerning things to think about. Anyway, back to this. I do love how this thing is just out in the open like this, just there.
Oh, me too.
It's so cheesy. I love it. Actually, everyone in this store I love. I love the two employees who work here.
Oh, the store's great. I love this
so
place.
great.
I love how it says amaze your friends. Hey guys, check this out. Awesome, do it again.
I guess he really hates
they've been
that.
pretty
Chase that one
popular
guy.
since we put them out. You know, everybody wants a wish. Some people don't open them, but the people who do, you know, come back and complain.
Or it does work and it like ruins their lives.
They die, I
Foreshadowing.
wish they were dead.
Ah, yes, the Millennial Special. Rather experienced myself. Also, you know, it's kind of funny that Bear is better at flirting with this girl here than he is with the girl he actually likes, which is such a real thing, by the way. Why does that happen? Anyway, so he...
That was flirting?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Was it even flirting? Like, I don't... Maybe I'm just
Yeah,
weird.
no, it wasn't flirting. They were having a conversation.
Just
Like,
talking.
I think is Bear attracted to her?
no.
No,
don't
no.
think
Sorry,
so.
I mean Alex. Alex.
Oh, is Alex... Maybe.
That's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
thinking. It's like I want that girl. It's like Alex, calm down.
Yeah. Honestly, like, it's weird that... Okay, this is something also from your view, Mark, that I'm thinking of. Was he, like, this sexual with, like, Zendaya's character in, like, Challengers?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, it's weird. Like, every single female character, he only talks about in exclusively sexual terms. I think in Challengers was a very sexual film, so that makes sense there. But, like, I don't know. It's just off-putting. I don't know. Anyway, I'm babbling. Back to this.
He buys the One Wish Willow to give to Nikki later that night at trivia.
What is
Anything
with
else?
this?
I'll get a pina colada.
Pina colada?
Don't make fun of my drink. What?
I like a man who's in touch with his feminine.
Hey, whoa, didn't ask your opinion, Nikki. So here we get a look at who Nikki is. And she
was a
seems like
joke.
she's kind of
Yeah,
one of
it's a
those
joke.
girls who's like those like ball buster types, you know? She's always like, ha, bitch can't handle all this. I've never met a guy who can keep up with me. And then they just lay there like SpongeBob. Also, again, somewhat
Very interesting that the very first things everything's super sexualized with her. It's like the only comparison that he can make with her is that, oh, she lays flat in bed, like SpongeBob. When you take her to bed, it's like what? Like, what kind of connection is that?
All of this
Like-
from a discussion at the bar over drinks.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, how did he get all that just from this scene? Like, that's
Yeah.
not like that's not who she is at all. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, like they only have a little. She can make jokes with them, but like it's funny too how like, and this is true in the film, how guarded he is with Nikki, but he's so unguarded with Sarah. where like he talks about like his dead cat with Sarah, but not with Nikki, almost as if he's like putting himself on defense against the person he's attracted to, but feels safer around women he's not attracted to, which is a whole complicated thing we could probably talk about for hours on and dissect. But like, I think it's interesting how like Alex extrapolates so much negativity about Nikki based on her making a joke that was like 2 seconds, you know? And it's not even like a mean joke. It's like a pretty lighthearted joke, I think.
Right.
Like, it just seems so,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, between
Yeah,
that,
like-
the phone call, there's only been 2 interactions with Nikki so far, and he's already formed this idea of her in his head.
Much like how Bear forms an opinion of Nikki based on his interactions with her. Like when it's not reflective of the reality. Exactly. When it's not reflective of the reality of it, you know? It's funny how in real time, both Bear and Nick and Alex create this version of Nikki that's not even reflective of what we see on screen in their heads, you know, before anything else. It's wild. Anyway, I'm seeing, okay, there's a bunch of people responding to a super chat real quick, so we're going to let that play real fast.
At Oliver 3748 super chatted $5. As someone who's never watched a single Alex Meyers video, is the comedy always this lame and stupid?
Yes.
It comes across like slop made for kids.
Yes, that's because it is.
It is.
It is. That's
from
why.
what I've seen, yeah.
You nailed it on the head right there, buddy.
At Andrew Osborne 4338 super chatted $10. Even if he wasn't horribly wrong in his take about this movie, it would still be so nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Easily my biggest issue with most YouTube critics is they have absolutely nothing to say. Even RLM.
I feel like they have more to say, but a lot have nothing to say about films they don't understand. Oh, Jeff Piat, thanks super chat. He seems so I think for once, I mean, he seems to identify with the pro tag too well. Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
At Mark M1575 super chatted $2. This review is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, just wait. Just wait. We haven't got the good parts yet.
Oh dear.
At Aaron Clark
Made me more uncomfortable than the movie
1419
did.
super chatted $2. Are you guys going to watch his response video?
It'd be a waste of time. He just makes.
He took it down too.
He took it
At
down
Very
too.
Melonman
Exactly. We only got
12
this
super
one.
chatted $2. Guys, so many YouTubers are shitting on Meyers.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Yep.
At Dr. Nunez N8 I super chatted $2. Griffith was a great guy. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, it was.
Y'all are killing me with the Griffith Defense
At
Squad
Nick Wolf
going on
Griffith
here.
did nothing wrong,
3885
okay?
super chatted $5. I get not thinking straight cause of a pet passing on, but if Bear were a good guy he'd either wish for self-confidence or something good in his life.
Wish for $1 billion. That seemed to work out great for Ian. I think he got killed.
At Mark M1575 super chatted $5. When it comes to loving Latinas, Alex is no Shadow the Hedgehog.
You know
Hell
what?
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Maria. Sorry, I'll stop. Okay.
Do you want to actually? I don't know if I want to reveal this, but do you want to know like the worst part of that joke?
What?
What?
In his apology video, he said like, "Oh, I didn't think the joke was that bad because we had a Latina writer write it."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Throw the Latinas under the bus.
Well, I mean,
Jesus
that
Christ.
alone is bad. Like he's saying, "Oh, well, you know, my friend of color said it was fine," but also like, you have writers.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
right? And no one told you it's a
My
bad
mind's-
idea.
Right.
my mind's kind of blown that Alex Meyers apparently has writers.
I know.
Like, explains why he pumps these videos out so quickly. He has someone else write all the jokes.
Either that or he's lying and just like passing the buck, just so he doesn't look bad.
That's probable, honestly. All right, I'll let these 2 comments play. But yeah, no, that's a bad one. That's bad.
At the Waverunner super chatted $2. He's killing criminals. Why did Elle want to stop him?
Oh, you're going into discourse I was there for.
Light
At
did nothing
WizZellen
wrong.
super
I'm kidding.
chatted
He did everything wrong.
$1.99. Doug Walker has more insightful commentary.
That's a sad bar to cross when we got to that point. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
At St. Bruno 1848 super chatted $4.92. A pretty concerning worldview to have where you slot women into hypersexualized categories, especially when you have an audience of young people.
Yeah, his audience viewers are very young, I think. Or trends.
At Lupin the Maelstrom super chatted $5. The issue with wishing for $1 billion is if you don't also wish for a plausible explanation where the money comes from, ears will be at your door.
Oh God, the IRS. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay,
Yeah.
back to Pain. Back to Pain.
Ironic, but earlier Bear was like, you want me to be mean to her? Why would I do that? But then she's literally doing the same thing to him right now, and it's
not.
clearly working. So
No, she's fucking not.
interesting. Okay, so trivia's about to start, and Bear's left standing there with Sarah, the other girl they work with that I mentioned, and he tells her that his cat died earlier that night.
Sarah's so sexualized. She's just kind of there.
Film trivia.
Sandy died.
Okay, this first one's a two-parter.
What?
And you have to answer both. Here we go.
Really?
This animated film features a blue genie.
Bear, I'm so sorry.
Wait, hold on, back up. So the trivia topic was early film trivia, and the question was, this film has a blue genie that grants wishes. Ah, yes, the ancient.
That's your takeaway from that scene.
That's what?
I mean, it is funny, but like, that shouldn't be the takeaway of the scene, man.
Right.
I like to think they chose they intentionally made the trivia question they're asking. Watching the movie would have that.
Oh, Lizzie, you all good?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, cool. Awesome. You're kind of phasing out there for a second.
Oh, I was saying that I like to think that they put the most easy trivia question in this movie ever so that everyone in the audience would get it just for funsies. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Or it's like a reference to like, be careful what you wish for and all that stuff. Like, you know,
yeah.
with genies
Oh,
and all
that too. Didn't even think of that. There we go.
You know, the genie has one rule. One of the rules of the genie in Aladdin is that he can't make people fall in love with one another. I feel like this explains why.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't even think of that. This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we're having a
never
discussion.
had a girlfriend like me.
Exactly. Aladdin would be a very different movie if this is how the wish turned out with Aladdin.
Would you have understood it better if Obsession was a musical?
Honestly, he might have liked it more. That, in fairness, he might have liked it more with some songs.
By the way, in our little Discord server here, Kyla mentioned that apparently the waiter at the restaurant she's at heard about Alex's review.
Jesus Christ. Well, because she's hanging out with like Phineas right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's so fucking funny. That's so funny. I love that. Anyway, on that note, that's crazy. Let's keep going.
Year of 1992. But more importantly, so here we get a look into the dynamics of the whole friend group, okay? So Ian is kind of like a douche, right? Nikki seems like one of those girls who's one of the guys, you know? And Bear has a huge crush on Nikki, even though Sarah over here is clearly into Bear on some level, and he just, like, doesn't notice, doesn't care. So Bear's choices are Crystal Mommy or Septum Girl. So, like, this dude never stood a chance. Like, you might as well...
Jesus
I feel
Christ,
unclean.
Yeah, that art is so gross. And I gotta look at his feet too. Center frame, he has the pickies out in his fucking desk.
It gets progressively gross because he draws them like that, and then he comes in with like his teeth all out.
Oh God, it's so weird. It's so
this art
weird.
is so bad.
It's so weird. Why? And also, like, I mean, I don't think the septum is particularly noteworthy with Sarah. That's not the key defining feature there.
I was gonna say I completely forgot.
Yeah, I remember she had a septum. I have to like look for that. I don't even notice that kind of stuff. But it's also like, again, and also maybe it's because I have like experienced people who like fetishize like septums in regards to like fucking people I've responded to who have videos about obsessing over women with septums on their faces. But it's like, what value does it? What does this add? How does this add to this to the analysis of the movie? By like calling them like, oh yeah, Crystal Mommy and Septum Lady. It's like, what fucking, you gonna
most tertiary details.
Yeah, and it's so weird, like boiling down characters who are in the film objectified to these categories, especially given where we go in the plot from here. You know, it's just ugh. Anyway, yeah, we're one step removed from big titty goth GF. You know, it's awful. Anyway.
Put that chastity belt in your Amazon cart right now, my dude. Anyway, so trivia night's over and it's time to go home. Nikki needs a ride, and so of course Bear's like,
Long day. I don't want to go to the next fucking bar with you guys.
My car's headed to Doritos.
We could drop her off on the way.
I can take you home.
Okay.
Does she even have a septum?
Ian.
Oh, I guess maybe.
Girl home safe.
Ew,
It's
don't say
later
like
in the
that.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Bear. All right, Bear.
yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. So Bear takes Nikki home, and of course,
That joke
There's
doesn't even make
no
fucking
reason
sense.
to make that joke.
Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense. It's just a bad joke. What?
Alex, be careful with that joke. That's an antique.
Yeah, that's a bad. Oh, anyway, I'm sorry.
Horse on the way, they have some kind of heart-to-heart talk, talk about life, man. It's all very Life is Strange, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Max, let's get out of this town. I hate my dad.
Just not happy.
Oh, you.
It's just a job, Nikki.
Yeah, well, I want to write.
Oh, a crystal mommy and a writer. Well, something tells me this movie would have gone the same way for Bear, whether he made the wish or not.
No.
Somebody wrote this.
Yeah, maybe his Latino
Twice.
writer who like he blames for all
Your
the bad jokes.
Your reminder that Alex Myers has writers.
Yes, yeah. He had to approve this joke at some point in time.
Also, the Life is Strange mention was so fucking weird. Like,
It's like, why? I mean, and the problem is what it ultimately does is makes fun of the movie for having characters talk about like their interests, which apparently Alex can't
this
watch.
is just like Life is Strange.
This is a lot like the Boss Baby, actually. Give me real Boss Baby vibes. This movie is. Just wait, he does do that though. He does do the whole. This made me really think of the Boss Baby a little bit, actually, in a bit. But we'll get there. But anyway.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
It's not a romance, it's a love story.
Isn't that the same thing?
You're the only person that I get to really talk to about this stuff.
Ah, yes. Well, see, Bear, when a girl says that, what she really means is, you better not ask me out and ruin this friendship. Anyway, so Bear takes her home and he tries to flirt with her like Ian said, but I mean, you see the kind of sweaters he wears. You can only imagine what kind of game he has.
Night, Freaky Nikki.
Ew, don't call me that.
I know, I was kidding.
So uncomfortable.
Do you like me?
Okay.
Move on.
Joke.
Get
I
it.
think we're good friends.
My dude, she's leaving anyway. This is your chance. She
Yeah.
says, do you like me? And then you say, what? Yes, I do. Also, apropos of nothing, I'm going to get a haircut, so don't worry. But alas,
But like in this case, that's the character being the character because he's a sniveling little coward. Like it's not bad writing, it's good writing because the character is indeed a coward who fucks his own situation up more by just being him. And
not to mention,
I'm sorry, cut you off there.
the part where he says like where he doesn't understand the difference between love and romance, I think it's such a big thing that forms why Bear does the shit he does.
Exactly. Like it's the cornerstone of everything right there because it illustrates he thinks that love is romance. He doesn't understand it could be obsession.
Yeah.
And
it's not just don't ask me out,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, Jane Eyre is a love story. I mean, it's technically a romantic story, but it's not a romance, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's a gothic romance, but it's not romantic. Wuthering Heights, technically a romance, but it's also a depressing tragedy. But it's not a love story. No, it's a love story, but not a romance, I should say. Well, I'm getting it back. I'm getting my own commentary backwards. But like his inability to understand that is kind of reflective of, why his character fucks up so bad. But we're getting to the part now which is really controversial. So,
one last thing I want to mention.
No, go for it. Sorry.
Just because Who Wants to Be a Millionaire draws out the questions doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah,
right.
It's not as funny when you do it.
Exactly. Like it's like, okay, 2 seconds we get the joke. We don't have it be a 5-second clip of the audio.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
I did just lose my cat, Bear.
You lost your cat?
I was too scared to talk to. Okay, a story of my life. He pulls out this $7 wishing toy. He's like, golly gee, I sure wish Nikki loved me too. But here's where everything changes, okay?
Maybe you want to come inside? I mean, I did just lose my cat, Bear.
You lost your cat?
Oh, wait. I mean, you lost your cat. I'm so sorry.
So as you can see, Nikki's starting to act a little out of character. She's saying things that don't make sense. She also demands to go over to his house to spend the night.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nikki, Why?
I My dad's dying.
And to Bear's credit, he's not immediately jumping at the chance to take advantage of her or whatever. Like, he gives her privacy and space. He doesn't want to make it weird. He turns around when she takes her shirt off. And based on what people were saying about this movie online, I expected Bear to be this horribly angry, misogynistic incel dude, right? But up until this point, he's just some super socially awkward loser who has a crush on a girl, and he uses a $7 wishing toy that he assumes is not going to work. And then when Nikki starts acting like this, he's very confused and put off by it.
What were you doing?
I want to pause right here. Lizzie, what are your thoughts on that commentary at this point?
Did he watch the movie?
Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, we're on the same page.
Mhm.
Because let's take the most forgiving perspective of the scene. They're coming home from a bar and a girl is acting really strange. Your first thought should be, okay, the alcohol's hitting her. Let's get her to sleep. That is the most charitable interpretation of what's happening. Even if it's not completely bizarre what she's saying, even if it's not completely abrupt, out of character, and startling, there should be a sense of wait a second, something's not right here. There is you should be able to interpret logically, okay, even if you don't believe the magic of the One Wish Willow exists, and it just happens to be all turning up perfectly for you despite you dropping the ball like that with Nikki, you should at least be okay, hang on, let me make sure you're safe. Something's weird here. And doing the bare minimum, which he still doesn't do, is not enough. And it's very clear that he is still sexualizing her. He's still looking at her in a way that's very suggestive and very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Given the context, he should be asking her if she needs any help. She should be trying to see if she needs water or something, or take into account her needs, because she's clearly not well. Even if you don't know the wish is there, there's enough red flags where you're okay, something funky's going on here. But yeah, that's just some thoughts that come to me immediately as to why, even at this point, I think he's still acting really selfishly.
Right, it doesn't take that much thought to realize, oh, you're not Bear is not doing the right thing here.
Mm-hmm. And that's yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
It's just what? How, Alex? How?
Yeah, and that's just the bare minimum interpretation. Not even a super charitable, realistic one. It's I don't know. This, and it gets worse. It just gets worse from here. The big critique of this review is that he runs defense for Bear, and he argues he doesn't, but he absolutely does. This is, Bear
kind of is.
Oh, already. Oh, Lizzie, Mark knows. I know. It gets so much worse from here.
I'm scared.
Oh, there's a reason people are reacting so negatively to this video.
Okay, this is. I don't think I'm ready. But
no one is.
Let's go.
All right, let's let some super chats play so we can have
delay the inevitable.
Yeah, a little bit of a buffer here.
At Amelia Wenzel, 312 super chatted $4.99. Quick question: nostalgic critic or Alex Meyers? Choose wisely.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll come back to this after all the super chats go by.
We'll come back later.
Super chatted $4.49. Man, how TF did I miss all these horrible points when watching his videos? I used to really like them. Oh well, another guy to not support anymore.
Yeah, hindsight is how it is often.
At Funky Honey 2672 super chatted $5. Now I want a parody musical from Team Starkid.
Yes.
What do you want, Bear?
Yes, that'd be so great. They kind of did that with that one.
At Nick Wolf
By Snatchers musical,
3885 super chatted $2. Crystal Mommy and Septum Lady by Robert Rodriguez.
I would watch that. Is it just
Me
Planet
too.
Terror?
At Pumpkin Wizard Y7D super
it
chatted
is, actually.
$1.
Thanks for the super chat.
At Pumpkin Wizard Y7D super chatted $1.
Oh, sorry. I guess we got. I guess the second one there. Okay, never mind.
At Spicy Cherry 5 super chatted $4.99. The quirky Kirby Super Mario music in the background of his video is just taking me out loudly crying like WTF. Talk about tone deaf.
Yeah, very. The whole thing is tone deaf, especially the animation style, given the cinematography.
At Gamer Ninja 24 super chatted $5. I think Alex is seeing a lot of himself in Bear and he thinks Bear is being a nice guy right now. Say it with me, people. Nice does not equal good.
But the problem also is, why does he see so much of himself in Bear?
At Mark M1575 super chatted $5. I guess you can say he didn't do the Bear minimum.
Hey.
I hate that made me smile a little bit. I hate that made me laugh a little bit on the inside.
Anyway, nostalgia critic Alex Meyers. I guess ignoring outside stuff like controversies and just generally as people, because in that regard, like Doug Walker's far worse. But like
Doug Walker's done a lot more bad shit.
But if we're just talking specifically based solely on the videos, I gotta be real. I think nostalgia critic's slightly better because at least there's older videos I can say are decently funny.
Yeah, I think before the break, his videos would beat out Alex's videos, honestly. I think he got worse post To Boldly Flee as a critic, which is staggering somehow. I don't know how it happened, but anyway, Mark, any opinion on that debate?
I guess maybe nostalgic, or just because like he's more annoying. It's like, okay, like the joke's bad, and like there's a few places where he stumbles, but it never feels like he stumbled onto a rant this bad that just perpetually got worse. Right. I was just like, oh, that was a bad take, but okay, maybe this joke will be better. This is just, it goes downhill quick in this video.
But Mark, has Alex ever had an extended gag where he talks to his own penis while watching Sailor Moon?
Oh God, don't remind me! I wiped that from my memory, you fuck!
I too.
Okay, stop.
God damn it!
Sorry for that psychic Yeah, Alex has not done that yet, which is where I draw the line slightly. Anyway, I'll let these couple super chats play real quick, then we'll get back to the video.
At Pumpkin Wizard Y7D super chatted $2. Septum ring can be a dog whistle for septum theory.
I don't understand what septum theory even is, honestly. It seems like such a bizarre concept to me.
At O0Ojolono00 super chatted $4.92. Here's a fun game. Take a shot every time Alex says something that makes us use the Jontron clip where he says, "That one didn't age quite so well."
Oh God, Jontron. Put him in the mix. Which one? Actually, Jontron's the most talented of all three of them. So.
I was going to say, if we're just ignoring stuff they did.
It's like watching Bear review the movie he's in OMFG.
Yeah, Bear is reviewing his own movie with that one. Oh, and thank you for being a member for 11 months there, David Deister. He's even worse than the members of Comicsgate back in their prime. Looking at you, Ethan Van Sciver. Oh God, that's a tough one. At least he's more interesting than Ethan Van Sciver. I'll give him that. Skyver's just boring half the time with his streams. Anyway.
Not to mention he took this down, so I think he knows this is bad.
Yeah, he wants to hide this. He wants.
I don't know if he'll improve, but he knows he fucked up. You know?
Here's hoping it gets better.
I mean, so far, just even ignoring like the more egregious issues with this video, like just overall quality, it's not much different than his other stuff. So quite frankly, I doubt we'll see any improvement.
Yeah, that's the one issue. Anyway, let's keep going.
I was just going to the bathroom.
Can you lay with me?
I don't know, Nikki.
Obviously, things get different later on, but at least up to this point, Bear has like no idea that the wishing willow worked. And again, to his credit, the very next day he immediately tells Ian that he thinks something's wrong with Nikki. Like he seems genuinely concerned.
Just pretend like we're laugh.
Yeah.
I think Nikki is going through something.
What?
I don't know, dude. She was acting so weird. Like she would
Like what? Is she okay?
No.
Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that this part is showing how Bear's trying to make Nikki seem crazy to other people or whatever,
Yes.
but like, again, he has no way of knowing that the toy works. Like, why would he think it did? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was $7. Like, in any other circumstance, you'd probably do the same thing if your friends started acting like this out of nowhere, right? Anyway, so that night, Ian apparently talked to Nikki, and she said that she was on some drugs or whatever, and so maybe that explains why she was acting so erratic, you know, like when she and Bear kissed earlier.
Yeah, that seems to be something he's really glossing over here. Oh, and let me play the clip.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You kissed me.
I know, I thought I saw something.
So at this point, Bear thinks that Nikki was acting weird, kissed him, freaked out, etc. because she was on drugs, right? So again, to him, in this moment, it all seems totally above board. But then...
No, that's not what that... Okay.
No!
That's
No.
real... Yeah.
No!
So, you got kissed by a lady, and you think she's on drugs, and you still want to... That is like date rape. Okay. This is where it gets into like actual rape apologia, because it's like if you think she is on drugs or drunk or something, and you're still physically taking advantage of her, that is assault. That is textbook assault.
It
You can't
is.
consent. If she's incapable of giving consent from a sane mind, that is rape. It's just rape. That is just the definition of the term. So like, it's not so the fact Alex thinks it's above board, I think, is indicative of the big problem here. He doesn't seem to register the problem isn't that he's an overt misogynist. The problem is that Bear is overly willing to badmouth someone, say she's crazy to all of their friends, while also taking advantage of the fact that he knows something is wrong with her. That is like really fucking bad, actually, Alex.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse. I swear,
So
there's
much
a point
worse.
in this where just like the words that come out of he should have like had that moment where he was talking and realized, oh wait, I realize how this sounds. I am apologizing
It
for a
already
rapist.
sounds bad.
Oh,
Like,
it's worse. It gets way worse.
Ow!
Vastly, vastly worse. This isn't even the worst.
Ow!
Oh, trust me,
Well, we'll see.
you'll get there, and it will be agonizing when you get there. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I know.
Jesus.
And out of nowhere, Nikki goes over to Bear's house to apologize.
I was on MDMA, so if I was weird, that's why, and not saying that you took advantage of me.
Nikki, I didn't know you were on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Not saying what?
You took advantage of me.
I don't think I didn't.
I know, that's why I'm saying you didn't.
Okay, see, this is my point. Like, given the circumstances, Bear's being pretty normal about this, okay?
No, he's
given
not.
what he does and does not know by this point in the movie, like, he could have slept with her, or he could have taken some kind of advantage of her, but he was rather
He tried
gentlemanly
to!
at the time.
Yeah, he literally just tried to.
He tried! That's... What?
Now, Lizzie, just because you just saw this movie again recently, so it's fresh in your memory. This is before the This is after the montage, right? This part where they have.
I think
sex?
this is before.
Oh, it's
I
right
think this is
before. Okay.
before.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like right before.
Okay, so
But
right
still,
before that.
it does not change the fact that he did try to sleep with her.
Yeah, like you just showed that. They are like intimate. They are half naked. They are in bed. They are making out. That is the beginning of a sexual thing. You knew she was not well based on the interaction you had. Not even her saying she's on drugs. Just seeing her is enough to know there's something funky going on here. And you still went with it.
Fuck.
Yeah. But it's all
could
above
edit this-
board.
You could edit
Look.
this video like an Arrested Development episode.
Yeah, really, you could. It's like, it's all above board, actually.
It was not,
I
in
just-
fact, above board.
I just... Look, I know you've brought me on to these streams, and we've had plenty of, like, questionable takes before. This is an actually infuriating take.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Now you get why
Like-
people are mad.
I hate to say it, I'll take 10 clips of Doug Walker talking to his penis over this.
See,
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
The penis clip's looking good about now, isn't it?
I hate to say it, but yeah.
But yeah, no. And now he finally makes a comment about the sweaters, by the way, right here.
I mean,
Oh,
for a guy
Jesus.
who has this many Cosby sweaters. Wait, do you think this was on purpose? Like, do you think they dressed him like this intentionally?
I really like what we have, and I want to be honest about some things, and it's really important for me.
It's okay.
I know you like me, Bear.
Why do you like me?
Would it freak you out if I said yes?
And thus begins their relationship. They start dating, hanging out, kissing, doing the devil's tango. And Bear's
he loves that phrasing, the devil's tango. It's in a couple of his videos. But I do want to point out there's a couple shots in this trailer, in this scene. When looking at the trailer, I even saw it like in the trailer a few times. How like when they're in this montage, Beryl just like completely looks miserable around Nikki when they're doing the dating stuff. Like, it's weird. There's a lot of elements here that the way that Alex depicts it with this animation with the tongue and all that and the heart eyes and everything. It's not reflective of the really disconcerting reality. Like, even when he's like, they're sitting together, he like takes her, I was saying before, he takes her face and like shifts it around. There's ways that he moves around her, which it feels very like avoidant of ever getting into the intimacy of like an actual social relationship with the person. It's really off-putting and creepy, and the way Alex reframes it, I think, is deeply unsettling because it is. Yeah, it's very sexualized for one, which okay, I expected that. Mm-hmm. But what's more bizarre is how he depicts it as romance. I'm not sure if this is reflective of his skill set with just talking about Hallmark movies and like teen rom-com movies. But like, it's very off-putting, I think, how he just depicts this as a purely physical relationship.
Right, and it's sad. It's sad that I have to say this, but one of the something we do see in that montage a couple times is the fact that they have sex, which completely obliterates the point he just made. Like, it has now gotten to the point, like, even if you somehow missed like the issues with the previous scenes, you can't miss them here because it's starting because the problems with Bear as a character start to get more blatant here. Like,
exactly. And it's very evident with this sequence that he is not holding back. He is very intimate. And the problem with that is that he knows Nikki has been on drugs at this point, as far as he knows. So, like, who's saying she's not on drugs when you're having sex with her? And that's without understanding the fact that the One Wish Willow clearly shows a break in Nikki's ability to consent because there's another entity inside of her brain. It's very disconcerting and very bizarre. And as we get to, Alex never reckons with this difficulty of the situation. He never addresses the obvious issue here.
There's one other weird thing, too, is that he's been pointing out stuff that doesn't matter, like the milkshake and the bar trivia. But then he almost kind of stumbles onto one that connects with, like, the sweaters being associated with Cosby.
Yeah, who drugs women.
Well, it's like he's reaching, but it's like, oh, he's almost reaching a point. Maybe he'll connect the dots.
But not quite. Never quite right. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to run to the lavatory for a second. I'll let you guys talk for a second. I'll be right back.
This is miserable. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was just expecting bad takes, honestly. Like, I was like, okay, it's a bad review. It's a bad review from someone who just fundamentally misunderstands the movie. Those are a dime a dozen. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's very revealing, and I think just the lack of insight on just relationships and how he reads media just exudes from this video. It's just so much.
Just
because, I expected it just to be like, it's his inappropriate art style over this very serious film, and it was, and then so much more because then he also misreads relationships.
We need to remember that, according to the disclaimer at the beginning, Alex said that this was good faith. This is not good faith. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm. I think what he interpreted that is like, I'm not trying to rage, but that's worse then. That means, because if you're not playing it up, then it means you really believe this shit.
Right, and
That's way worse.
It is worse. Oh my goodness. Someone mentioned, hope we're doing okay regardless of the psychic damage. Trying!
I've been through this gauntlet, so not as bad. I'm just gonna finding a few more things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all have gone through this video before. This is my first time going through it, and I am appalled.
And I had no idea he was going to take this video down. Like, I downloaded it like a day before he did this.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. People are mentioning that Alex would definitely run defense for Hal/Titan from Megamind. 100% he would.
But there's no Queen of England, so how can you win defense for him?
You know what? Fair.
That's not defending. That's just being honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Fair. I can't even argue with that.
Yeah. I got you on that one. Okay. I'm gonna let the super chats play real quick, and then we're gonna go right back to the video.
At GamerNinja24 super chatted $5. Anytime Nostalgia Critic comes up, his Sailor Moon review will be bought up. Sorry. Never forget.
Never forget.
Never.
Forget. Never. Unfortunately, I can't.
Awful.
At super chatted $2. This guy's avatar animations are fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, no, the avatar animations are weird, especially the big tongue thing I paused on. I'm sorry for that, by the way.
At Cardboard Tube Knight super chatted $5. The way they frame her in this doorway scene with the glowing eyes is really creepy.
So good.
Good effect. I still haven't seen this movie.
The lighting in this film is incredible. It's genuinely amazing.
At a Cult Classy super chatted $5. How long before Alex joins the right-wing grifter pipeline?
I don't think he's a grifter. He's just being inappropriate, is what it comes down to. And tone deaf.
At Lupin the Maelstrom super chatted $5. Media criticism is fickle. First, you have the surface level reading, and that's it. There are no other levels. Great job, everyone. We tee off in 5.
That's it. Yeah, of course. There's no other levels of media criticism. Just
at Andrew Osborne 4338 super chatted $5. Someone give this guy a copy of No Longer Human just to watch him squirm.
I am tempted to try to imagine his response to something like American Psycho. I feel like he'd miss the point hard with a story like that. Can you imagine that? Like American, because a lot of people fall for that book for some strange reason. Like, it's like the Sigma male Patrick Bateman.
I do want to do a bit of a palate cleanser and share a fun fact about
I paused that. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
At Tyrants Redix super chatted 86 cents. Alex would side with the demons in Freerin.
Absolutely agree. Sorry, Liz, you were saying.
Oh yeah. To kind of, as a bit of a palate cleanser, a little bit of a fun fact about Bears actor Michael Johnston. He probably still is, but I'm not sure if he still does voice, but he is primarily a voice actor most of the time. He's been in stuff like he was in Kingdom Hearts as the character Ephemer. I knew him for the English dub of the film Ride Your Wave. He played a minor character in that.
Oh hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's done a lot of voice work. So this is like, and I'm sure he's still going to be doing voice acting and stuff, but seeing him kind of break out into a big film like this is genuinely inspiring for someone in the same line of work. So,
oh yeah, I was watching a video by We Are Not Alive, who sometimes is in chat. If you're in chat, say hi, by the way. And We Are Not Alive has a lot of crossover with I'm drawing a blank on her name. Addison, is it not Addison Rae? Is it like what's her name? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. But she's a writer on Dead Meat also. I know that. Anyway, and she was saying how she was in like a podcast production with the same actor at one point, like years back. Addison Peacock. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, she seems really cool.
Also, as people have pointed out as well, Michael Johnston is also gay, which it's kind of funny. I swear, like all the gay actors I know are so good at playing incels. It's crazy.
Well, I'm sure they've met people.
Oh, like absolutely. Like
as in Peacock. Yeah, no. From firsthand experience, probably met a bunch of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no. Anyway, back to this. Let's go back to this one, so I can get rid of this big tongue thing.
Finally lived the life he always wanted. Hot dog. Turns out Nikki was in love with him the whole time.
What do you
Hank
wanna
lost over the
do?
whole date rape
I
thing, didn't
never
he?
really asked.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not all your fault. Call me a closed book.
Well, I guess the good thing about a closed book
Is that I can return it to the Scholastic Book Fair and exchange it for the new Animorphs book. Maybe this is the one where things finally start making sense.
Fuck, you're old.
No, it still doesn't.
Okay, first off, fuck you, Animorphs is great. Second off, what are like a millennial core? Also, what is with the toe? What? The toe is like his torso. What is going on here? Actually, it looks really different from a really quick angle. It looks like something else is happening there. I gotta move away from the toe. I'm sorry. I gotta go a couple.
No, don't even apologize for getting.
I gotta move away from that toe. I'd rather get into zoom in. Like, what is the joke? Like, why is that joke relevant? Like, what is the point of that?
Because reference, Ant.
Very specific in joke.
I know what that is.
It's thing I recognize.
I know that thing. Oh my god.
Yes, I too remember book fairs.
But it's not even like funny for the scene. It's like so random, and like it's a further thing that I think Alex is just refusing to critically engage with the media at hand. He'd rather make these weird millennial in jokes because this film is so outside of his wheelhouse. It's the only connective tissue he has for this kind of malarkey. Anyway, back to this.
No, it still doesn't. Now, suddenly Bear gets a phone call from Ian. See, remember when Nikki told Bear that her dad was like sick or whatever? And Bear told that to Ian, and apparently Ian looked into this because as far as Ian knew, Nikki hated her dad and hasn't seen or talked to him in like years.
I'm not gonna tell Sarah about this because I don't want to spread drama. I looked into Nikki's dad having cancer, and he's healthy as a baby.
The heck does that mean? My dude, babies just have constant projectile vomit and diarrhea. The heck you talking about? Also,
untrue. Not true. My baby does not have projectile vomit.
Oh, we have an expert here too. Immediately.
I gotta defend the baby. I gotta defend the kids.
Oh, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. We have an expert. We're good.
Well, I mean, if you only watch like TV and movie shows where babies vomit, projectile vomit,
Yeah. Most vomit is like the kind you don't notice. And like you're holding your kid, you go to work, and you don't notice it's like there's spit up all down your arm until someone else points it out.
I've been there. Yep.
Yeah, that's the fatherhood experience right there. Going to work with spit up on you, not noticing until someone else points it out. Every father experiences that at least once a month. Baby years. Anyway.
So how exactly would you find this out? Like, pretty sure you can't just call up a hospital and they tell you someone's medical history. Okay, so is Ian lying about this? Or was Nikki lying to Ian and Sarah about her dad this whole time? But okay, let's assume it's all true.
That's the wrong thing to analyze in this scene. That's,
right.
It is.
You can find out. You just call someone who knows them, you know?
Yeah. Not to mention they confirm this later, so it's like, no.
Yeah, it's factual. Like, it's such a weird thing and I think it's reflective of like the bigger like CinemaSins-esque criticism that it's like let me nitpick this small detail that no one cares about.
Right. Also, I don't think there's any issue with a hospital telling you whether or not like a patient is or isn't there. Like if the patient isn't there, that's not like a privacy thing. Like,
that could be tricky. That could be tricky.
I don't know. I don't know the process of this. I don't work in any medical field. Don't trust anything I say. I'm silly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it depends on like your relationship to the person who's there. Like, I don't know. It's complicated. I mean, they probably could tell you if they're in the hospital or not. But if he's not in the hospital,
right. That's what I was thinking. It's like I don't think it's like there's any violation in just saying yes or no. This person is or isn't here. Like.
Well, HIPAA's complicated. That could be the case. I have a bunch of friends who are nurses, and they get a little complicated with it.
But even if there were, you could just ask around, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Ask someone outside the hospital. That's what I would think they would do.
Right. Some people in the chat are saying that they can confirm whether or not a patient exists, basically. So
Yeah, that's fine then.
Or no, someone saying who apparently based on phrasing does work at a hospital saying no, they can't say. Like,
okay, cool. I knew it was complicated. Okay, good, excellent. I'm glad you all.
So
disagree.
we're having smart debates over here, and anything being said in the chat is far smarter and more interesting than what's going on in this review. So
yeah, you've already put more thought into this movie than Alex did, which is already means you're better critics than he is, which I'm very happy about because we have.
I'm proud of all of you.
Yes.
I am proud of all of you.
You all get your no prize. You can expect it in the mail anytime now. Go back to the old Stanley Jack Kirby nonsense. Anyway, back to this.
Back to talk to Nikki about what he just learned.
Does your dad really have cancer?
Oh, no.
Great
no.
What?
Oh, this is amazing.
So great.
No, don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day.
Okay, see, Bear, I don't know why you're making this face. You wanted the Crystal Mommy Latina experience, and you got the Crystal Mommy Latina experience. But here's where Bear starts to maybe...
God. Not the note to... Not the reaction I'd expect. Also, very demeaning towards women.
Latino women.
Yeah, especially.
Like, I don't like that.
Now, I will say this. I'm going to share a critique. I have heard of Obsession. Primarily, I heard this from talking online with Dead Domain, of all people. And it was like up on some social media site, I forget which one, like a public thing. It wasn't like a private DM thing. Some people have critiqued the movie for making Nikki's scary traits indicative of borderline personality disorder. So kind of the idea that it's exploiting mental illness to create a sense of horror and dread. I don't subscribe to that perspective.
I can understand where that complaint's coming from, but I don't think I agree with it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I get the critique. I don't align with it because I think Nikki is more. The thing I always think of with Nikki is I think the entity is more like an AI, like a chatbot who just regurgitates what you want to hear back at it and gets confused very easily and starts glitching out when you put the wrong input in. I feel like a lot of her actions feel like an AI going like crazy.
I think that might have been the intent in some regard, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but
it feels like it must have been on some level. I don't know if they ever confirmed that, but it feels like that sounds right. You know what I mean? Same with the backrooms to a lesser extent. I feel like that whole world feels like AI generated gobbledygook. But this is like, the idea is that it's so alien and so disconnected from humanity that it doesn't make sense, I think is so interesting, like as a concept. But like Alex kind of has the same perspective as that critique. That's, it's just girls being girls, basically. And it's like, well, is it?
I am a woman, so I can offer my perspective. I am the expert here.
You are the expert here. Lizzie, explain.
So allow me to give you my woman expert opinion.
Okay.
This man is full of shit. End of opinion.
Articulate and concise. I respect that.
Very direct. Yeah.
Very direct and blunt. Also, I want to point out something here really minor. We are over halfway through the review, but we are not halfway through the movie. I think it's like the first half of the movie, based at this point, right? We haven't gotten to the second half yet. We're past the halfway point. But we've passed.
I believe so, yeah.
It's almost like Alex is going to gloss over some major details down the road or something.
Oh boy!
I hope he doesn't cut too much of the story out of his review. Anyway, I'm gonna change this now because I don't want to look at Alex's legs at this much detail for this long.
He kind of realized what's really going on here.
Bear, I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you.
You love me more than anyone in the world?
Yes, more than anyone.
Now, okay, up to this point, I feel like Bear has plausible deniability. I mean, there's no way he would have known the cheap toy would work. He was genuinely concerned for Nikki the day after it started, and he refused to take advantage of her even when it was, like, presented to him, right?
They have had sex multiple times already, buddy. What are you fucking talking about? And by sex, I mean, that Bear had intimate moments with a girl he thinks at the very least is on drugs. currently. Multiple times. And even his other friends point out, hey, it's kind of weird that you're... Like, Ian makes multiple comments saying, hey, kind of strange that you're with Nikki when she's not doing this well, and you know she's not doing well, and it's like you're taking advantage of her. Like, the movie doesn't, like, hide that discussion. It's front and center. And he glosses over that. He completely glosses over that. It's crazy to me. This is ridiculous.
How do you miss the point this badly?
He misses so many red flags. It's beyond just red flags. He misses so fucking much. It's staggering. Anyway.
She kissed him after all, right? Now, right here, though, at the halfway point of the movie, he does finally start to realize that the wish actually worked. But, like, even then, like, literally every rom-com is about trying to find a way to get the other person to like you, or you manufacture a meet-cute or whatever, right? Like, I've seen some internet comment threads where it's like, he only saw her as an object and wanted to remove her autonomy. That's why he made that wish. But, like he didn't wish that she would do whatever he wanted, or I wish that she would become obsessed with me and me only. He specifically wished that Nikki would love him more than anyone, which is literally what everyone who has ever had a crush wants. Like, every single fanfic about, like, golly gee, I sure wish One Direction would kidnap me and fall in love with me all at the same time. Like, as if half the girls who saw this movie haven't wished the exact same thing before.
Okay, but let's take a step back here.
You're talking about teenagers with crushes on celebrities. This is a 25-year-old man we're dealing with in the movie.
We're past college. We're past all that. And like he says, he didn't want to take away his autonomy. He just wanted to make her love him more than anyone else in the world. That's taking away her autonomy.
That's what it is. That's what it means.
He did, in fact, take away the autonomy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a freaking Arrested Development episode. If you're wishing for someone's brain chemistry to change, to make them more eager to love you, that is the definition of taking away someone's autonomy. Like, the textbook definition, in fact, one might say. It's ridiculous. Completely freaking ridiculous how removed from reality this is.
I mean, like, yeah, wouldn't... it doesn't, like, even if it was, like, you know, not in high school girls, you know, it'd still be wrong if it was switched the other gender around, which it feels like that's what Alex was arguing.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Actually, I saw a comment somewhere. It might have been on your video, Mark. I'm not sure.
I did make that comment. Yeah.
No. I mean, a comment in the comment section of a video. I mean to say. I'm gonna just.
Okay.
So I don't know who said this or not. If the wish was made from Bear to Ian, that Ian loved him more than anyone else in the world, every single one of these guys siding with Bear would immediately talk about it as though it was the most vile thing in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If it forced a guy to love him, every single one of them would be horrified. But because it's a girl who's forced to love him, they almost seem to defend him at every step of the way.
So I guess at the end of the day, we must ask the eternal question.
Indeed.
Are the straights okay?
Are straights ever okay? Anyway. Let's keep going.
Hello, it is I, Willem Dafoe, from the movie The Lighthouse, and I've secretly been in love with you for years.
This is...
Like, you have to look at the context, okay?
Sure.
If Bear had gone to the store specifically and been like, hey, do you have something that'll force a girl to fall in love with me? Or if he, like, searched on the internet for some kind of, like, weird ritual that's gonna make anyone fall in love with you, then yeah, that's some funky stuff, man. Or, like, later on, we find out that maybe Ian and Nikki have been hooking up, right? But Bear doesn't learn this until the very end of the movie. So, like, for example, if he'd found this out at the beginning of the movie, and he was like, oh, so Nikki's just some slut that bangs every guy except me, huh? Well,
What?
I'll show you. Then yeah, he'd be like some misogynistic incel. But for at least half of the movie, he has no idea that this would work. And in fact, he's concerned for Nikki when she does change. To me, at least, it totally seems like a fanfic or whatever that he thinks would have no way of actually coming true. I'm not saying Bear is a blameless, innocent victim, okay? But I think some of you are a little too quick to attach motivation and subtext to this character that is not based on the movie. Like, it really...
No.
It is! Curry! The director fucking said so!
Even if he didn't say so, it's all in the fucking movie.
Right! It's not even subtext. I'm just saying, like, okay, even if you don't see it in the movie, the director has spelled it out in interviews at this point, dude. Like,
and I think
the conversation's over.
Yeah, and I think it's indicative of a bigger problem that he needs, like, Bear to turn to the camera and go, "Ah, yes, I am a misogynist who hates women, and all you women are hoes all the time." But no, it's not about that, because real misogyny in real life can be extreme, but it can also be very small and very well hidden, and so ingrained in the actions a person takes that it's not immediately obvious that they're being misogynistic to an outsider.
This isn't even subtext, dude. It is the point of the fucking movie. And again, I know I brought up the director, but again, you don't have to even listen to a word he fucking says to get it.
Mm-hmm. And even beyond all of that, when you watch the movie in its entirety, the comments made by Bear, which we'll get to, it's coming, color what came before, you know? Like, it completely colors what he did before and shows that his actions always had this undercurrent of selfishness at every point in the movie. Even if you don't pick up on every single bit of cowardly, sniveling patheticness that leads up to this point.
I also wanted to bring up, like, he mentions, he bought this thing for her initially, and it's like, yeah, but you kind of missed the small little selfish act there, because he was there to buy a crystal necklace, like a fucking crystal for her, but says, nuts to that, I'm gonna buy this thing that looks cool to me. And it's like, it's a small moment, but it's like, again, it's a small, like, subtler display of the character's selfishness that comes full force as the movie goes on.
Exactly. And he never gets her that fucking bracelet or whatever.
Right. Like, again, the movie is not subtle about it's. Oh God, this really does remind me of Nostalgia Critic's Wall review, where you are missing things that were spelled out with no subtlety within the text. Like,
none of it's subtle. None of this is hidden. None of this is like a secret. It's the most obvious shit you can possibly ever see. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to let some Super Chats play real quick. Because they're starting to pile up. People have comments. People have thoughts.
At Pumpkin Wizard Y7D Super Chatted $2. I was mocking Alex for saying it was good faith.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
At Jaking5688 Super Chatted $2. Who is worse, Bear or Josh from Companion?
Oh, that's a close one. I would probably say Bear.
I haven't seen Companion, so I can't comment.
Zero Ojolono Zero Super Chatted $1.96. Who needs a joke when you've got reference? IHE.
That's a good. I know that reference. I know what that is.
At Idcolot0129 Super Chatted $5. I always saw him and Saber Spark with how bad their media literacy is, but who would rather be in a room with Bakshi Film Saber Spark or Alex?
Saber Spark, easy. Not even a
Saber
question.
Spark.
Yeah. I've talked to Saber Spark. He's a nice guy.
At _Iku Super Chatted $2.70. Alex makes a pop culture referente that isn't a sin of the movie cliche.
Yeah, you get a lot of dings on that one.
Ding.
At Nick Wolf 3885 Super Chatted $5.
God. Yeah.
Alex must watch his End of Eva, Sorry to Bother You, Hellraiser, OG. Let's All Go to the World's Fair, Scott Pilgrim, Some Like It Hot, King of Comedy.
All of those would be painful to watch Alex review, especially Sorry to Bother You. Maybe that
At
one the
Comic
most.
Cinema Thermedia 9247 Super Chatted $2. It's a veil on Nikki, not an entity.
Is it a veil? I don't know if it's like it's kind of ambiguous. It's like a
At Super
thing,
Chatted $5.
Really
What gets to me is that Alex doesn't seem to understand that making the wish is evil, regardless of if Bear knew ITD actually work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
100%. Doesn't matter if you intended it. The results what matter.
At Maryland 614 Super Chatted $4.92. You can already sense, yikes, when he says plausible deniability. I didn't watch the movie or the review, but wow, poor word choice on his part.
Yeah. Plausible deniability is a red flag, if I ever heard it.
At Maryland 614 Super Chatted $1.96. I'm not in the know, but did he double down?
Yes. Several times now. He's really doubled down.
At SpongeSonic 1 Super Chatted $10. Bro, that ain't subtext at this point, it's literally fucking text.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. 100%.
At Mark M1575 super chatted $5. My mood after watching this video. The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
Yeah, I can go for God of War.
At Itsuboy
about
562 super chatted $3.08. I come here to relax and instead I get grape apology and bro shouting oh my god it's GLUPSHITTO. At the book fair, only the most exquisite of brain rot.
Yes, we're glad to service you with the most high vintage of all brain rot here. Unfortunately, Indeed. I prefer that. I like a good vintage myself. Don't you two enjoy one as well?
Oh yes, some very vintage brain rot.
At Klon 583 super chatted $1.08. He think he is watching a rom-com and not a horror.
Yeah, he doesn't actually engage in any of the scares of the movie. He's treating it like a romantic comedy, which is
At
bizarre,
Comic Cinema Thermedia 9247 super chatted $2. The director has said it's not possession.
Yeah, it's not possession, but it's kind of hard to explain it. It's like, again, it's one of those things where it's a little ambiguous with what it is. There's some entity belief, like a veil is, in this case, still is a consciousness. Or a seemingly consciousness. It's kind of bizarre, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Alex would defend the 2012 Shredder. Please never remind me of that.
Someone mentioned that Alex would think that Jax isn't trans, and oh, don't you talk to me about people denying Jax is trans. I got words, but anyway.
Do you think Alex would deny that what's that Bridget from Guilty Gear wasn't trans, even though she turns the camera and says
fucking evil on me, Ant. I do not want to even humor the thought.
Because like it's like a character can turn to the camera and say I'm trans, and that people won't believe it online. And Bridget proved that was.
Jax fucking proved that.
Yeah. It's like they can turn the camera, say it. And,
like Jax literally said she was trans, and there's still videos denying it. It's so fucking annoying.
It's ridiculous, yo. Anyway, let's keep going.
It seems like some of you want him to be a horrible, incel, intentionally malicious guy, regardless of what actually happens in the movie. Even the guy who played Bear himself said this about the character. I never thought of Bear as a villain, but what really drew me to this story was the gray morals of it all. Bear has good in him and has bad in him, like all of us. I do think that he leans more toward the bad in a lot of ways. Fully the antagonist, though? I don't think I would say fully, because the key thing is he didn't know that the wish was going to work. Sure, his desires were incredibly selfish, totally, 100%, but he didn't know.
Why are you ignoring key elements of this quote there, buddy? You highlighted some parts, but
is this the actor saying this, or
yeah, this is the actor saying this from some interview, but like he's kind of avoiding a lot of the context there.
Right.
It's a good point to keep the audience reading from in some ways. When I played him, I just had to stay completely focused on what he wanted more than anything else and try not to judge any of his decisions. So,
well, yeah, that's an actor. That's an actor choice. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's very common when you're playing an antagonist to not put your morals into it, because like you want to play it as human as possible, especially. And that is a very wise choice, especially with a character like Bear, I think. Like when it comes to Michael Johnson's performance. It's like, but again, all this context is saying like, okay, while I was playing him, I didn't necessarily fully view him as a villain, but there is important context saying that, oh, he absolutely is. Like,
oh yeah. And like, you know, I would argue he starts a protagonist, but it would tend to agree you can see him becoming an antagonist. So even in the context, he still says he becomes the antagonist of the story.
Right, and some people are even saying that there's another bit in this quote that's not shown here that apparently he absolutely says for certainly that that Bear is the villain. Like,
yep, he absolutely does, because I've heard that before too. And like, it's like he kind of said like, oh, when he wasn't playing him anymore, because I looked up this quote too. Something to the effect of like when he looked at the film after it was all done, he started having a different perspective on it. But when portraying him, he didn't notice the villainous angles of it, because he was playing the character scene by scene.
Which is understandable, because you know, when you're like in acting, you're often like you're only playing pieces of the story and you're working with what you've got, and then like as you But then when you see the full picture, you kind of get fully what they were going. I've definitely had that a few times in my own work where I didn't fully understand something or misinterpreted something in a scene, and then I see it in its full context, and I'm like, oh, that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
That has happened to me way more times than I care to count.
Yeah, yeah. And it just makes sense, it's a fair perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right. Yeah. Mark, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's like reiterated at the same time. This is also why I didn't put in the video too, because at that point I was just repeating myself. It's like, no, he is.
Well, that's why I didn't do a formal video myself of this guy. I found myself saying the same thing over and over again, like on a. Right. That's why I feel like a stream's a little easier to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you just spitball your thoughts as it comes. Whereas in a paced video, you have to go, okay, let me think what I can actually say. Am I saying the same thing again? Am I repeating myself? And that's why I didn't. So I was going to do like a formal video response initially. I might take some of this stream and convert it into a video response later, but like still. Anyway, back to this.
The wish was going to work. And you have to assume that this guy was in close talks with the writer director of the movie the whole time. So basically, both of them are saying that Bear is meant to be ambiguous, and you all are just over here like,
no.
Like, are you all equally upset about the Disney Channel original movie Zapped or 16 Wishes? Because fundamentally, these are all the same
I haven't
movie.
watched
Like, remember
those.
Descendants 1, Mal cast a spell that made Ben fall in love with her? Where's all the Reddit threads about that? I don't see no 2-hour video essays. I made a video years ago about the show WandaVision, and everyone got so mad at me when I said it's crazy that we're supposed to be so understanding about how Wanda enslaves an entire town and uses magic to force her husband to stay with her and have kids with her. Isn't that interesting? I found this comment in a Reddit thread that puts it so perfectly. So I'm just going to read part of it. But remember, this stuff attracts the most obsessed fans of the movie. They flex about watching it at the theater like 10 times already. They make several posts a day about it. They make crazy over-analysis and theories that have no ground in the reality of the film, etc. It's not just a movie for them. They're incredibly emotionally invested and attached to an unhealthy degree. It's almost cultish at this point. And people who are chronically online or addicted to a piece of media aren't the most emotionally stable or media literate to begin with. So a lot of it comes from an emotional standpoint, hence the refusal to engage with the material in good faith and just making it say what they want the movie to say. And an
fans are weird.
Yeah, but like, it's a Reddit post,
right?
This is
not even about the movie. It's about the subreddit.
Are we seriously citing fucking Reddit about?
Yeah, like this thing. Even Redditors don't trust Redditors to be fair with what they're talking about. Even Redditors don't go to Reddit for like opinion pieces. Like I know Redditors like, oh, those YouTubers don't know what they're talking about, but like you gotta like have a perspective here that some random asshole on Reddit isn't going to be the well of information you need to make a critical assessment, and like you're the one making the review.
So here's a fun fact about the making of this movie that people have told me. Apparently in test screenings, one of the complaints test audience had was that Bear wasn't sympathetic enough. So apparently in reshoots, they decided to make him even more unsympathetic. So
I love it.
Which, if true, absolute Chad move. Like,
well, I know the opening scene is a reshoot, or like a last minute addition. Originally, it was going to open with him discovering the dead cat, and they added the practicing scene, I think, to like add a little more character to it. Yeah, so I guess that makes sense. Which I mean, personally, I think that's a pretty fair thing to make me not like someone more. That gives me that creeps me out with him that early on. Him like,
oh yeah, it absolutely does.
Yeah, and he screws over that waitress's day by making her not work her job. Anyway,
the top sanctimonious dogmatic way. It's like a ritual for them, a catharsis. See also Encanto. But anyway.
What does Encanto have to do with that? Sorry, he made me pronounce it like an idiot.
Probably the same thing.
So the movie goes on. Nikki gets more and more insane. She walks around like this. She cooks up his dead cat and feeds it to him. She waits for him to come home so long that she pees
why
herself.
would you animate that? Why would you animate that?
Okay, so I want to talk about like the feeding dead cat thing. This was the scene where it turned out the sandwich had cat meat in it. Is the scene where I had a very verbal reaction that I mentioned earlier.
Okay, I felt it was either that or the pissing scene. I forgot. I wasn't sure which one it was going to be.
No, for the cat one, I genuinely yelled out, "No, no, no!" multiple times. Like,
but he kind of glosses over that. Like, how do you gloss over the cat scene? Sorry. But no, like for me, it was so funny because like he's like, oh yeah, I might want to be a food critic, like a random thing. And it's like, here you go, food critic. It's like, enjoy your cat. And it's like she has no register that's concerned. That's weird. Like, and like the unburying of the cat, like the shrine to the cat. It's like there's so many moments in this where it's like there's like a complete divide from reality, which is why I think of the AI thing. It's like you just take garbled details and shove them together. And she's like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't know. I didn't know that was a problem. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I just
God, yeah, no,
that entire bit just had the most verbal reaction from me.
Yeah. But like the thing I'm noticing here is that Alex is really poorly equipped at analyzing the horror elements of this movie. I get no point.
Probably because he doesn't usually review horror, and God, is that obvious? Like,
yeah, it just feels like a complete divorce from that. It's out of his wheelhouse, and like him doing this, it's so clear he's struggling with the topic. Like he's really struggling, and I think it's indicative of the bigger problem with his review. It's just he's not good at analyzing movies that don't conform to the expectations of genre he's used to. And even then, he's not good at those either. But especially his weaknesses are apparent here because the film is more serious. It's more important. I wouldn't say important, but it deals with more human connections, subtleties.
Some people have also pointed out in terms of subtleties in the chat that there's speculation that using the cat as the sandwich meat could have also been the real Nikki reaching out, like
that could be. I mean, there's a lot of
I could totally see that.
I can see that. I see it more as in like if I go with the AI interpretation, I feel like that's like almost like a hallucination, like just garbling out like, oh yeah, to make your pizza cheese a little stretchier, put glue in it or cement. It's that kind of thing where you take a random, like a Mad Lib, shove it in there and see if it works kind of thing, which I think is interesting with that instead of like, because she's more upset with like peeing herself than she is with like the cat. I don't know. Just interesting, I think. I'm babbling. I'm babbling at this point. Anyway, back to this. Why are we watching this part? Why you put that part in?
And what we come to find out is that the real
Alex
Nikki is trapped inside of this demon Nikki. And every so often she gets to come out for just like a brief second, which is why Nikki seems to be acting the way she does. It's like the more the real Nikki tries to break free, the more the demon has to overcorrect.
That party scene.
Once it was that this happened because of the wish, he finds a phone number on the back of the box and he calls it to try and get his wish changed.
Is her love real?
Okay. I'll wait a second.
Chose this for her doesn't make it less real.
Okay, then I would like to cancel.
We don't really do that.
What?
I love how chill the wizards are in this movie. Like, this dude's like, yeah, so your girlfriend's soul is, like, trapped here or whatever. Anyway, I gotta go reheat my nachos, bro. Glaucoma or something.
Do you want to talk?
Okay,
it's funnier when the movie did it.
Yeah, it is very much funny when Curry Barker. And again, director Curry Barker doing one of the funniest bits in the movie. The most darkly funny bits in the movie and most disturbing. He cuts a lot out, especially glossing over the fact that Bear doesn't initially ask to cancel the wish. He asks
he wants to alter it initially.
Yeah, because he's actually totally fine with Nikki having no autonomy as a person. He just wants her to be less weird about it. Like, she doesn't care that she's been possessed by some other entity. He just wants her to like not be as weird about it, or like piss herself and shit herself in the kitchen. That's all he cares about. He doesn't actually care about her autonomy as a person. And like, the fact is that that's one of the signs, if you didn't pick up on everything else, tells you Bear's an asshole.
Right. The movie just spells it out for you, like
multiple times.
I swear, like they spell it out without the character just flat out looking at the camera and saying, "I'm the asshole here."
Yeah. And like, and Alex says before, oh, well, Bear didn't get rid of Nikki's autonomy. Well, he clearly doesn't care about it now when he's trying to alter the wish. And he kind of mentions it's altering the wish. He just doesn't care. He glosses over it. And it's like, well, didn't you pick up on the subtleties of this scene, the intricacies of what's happening here? Well, no, you didn't, because you didn't give a shit, ultimately speaking.
Right. And I'm seeing some folks in the chat saying like, "Oh, this is kind of where I fully lost all sympathy for Bear," and I can understand. Like, if you, like, I could see someone just by virtue of this being the first viewing, maybe even missing some of the smaller stuff as the movie was going on. But this is kind of the point that seals it. Like,
yeah, and I can see someone watching this for the first time and going, "Okay, I missed those details. I was on his side. I was sympathetic. I didn't think of it." And then you hear that and you go, "Wait a second, hold on." And there's one scene later that undeniably recontextualizes everything up until that point. If you didn't pick up
and I know which one you're talking about.
Yep. Every single video when this movie came out was like, listen, I know you have sympathy for this guy, but did you miss this part?
Like
all of them. Every single person who I saw talk about this movie was like, no, points to this. And we'll get to that. We'll get to see how Alex refers to it. That one scene recontextualizes everything. And you know for a fact, Alex has already seen this movie to start to finish before starting this review. So he knows about that scene.
And like I said, there's nothing wrong with essentially missing a lot of this stuff, like first time viewing, and then only realizing later that Bear's an absolute creep. That's absolutely fine. Again, first viewing, you miss a lot of shit. That's why you do a second viewing. Like that's the second viewings where you find all the different cool shit that was telling you the main point. Like,
and you go like, wait a second, how did I miss that detail? In hindsight.
It feels like Alex is making this after the first viewing and didn't think about the movie beyond didn't think about how all these scenes work with each other. Instead, looked at all of them in a bottle. Like,
well, it's kind of like what you were saying before, Mark, with the note-taking process.
Yeah, I think that, and also what he was going to draw. I'm just looking at that scene of him like watching Nikki pee herself. Just like, I'm gonna draw her lifting her leg. It's like,
what priority? Like, it's like the priorities of this is so bizarre, and like the animation style. Like, I get that's his style. I get it, but like, did you ever look at like what you were drawing and putting together, and then what the movie itself is, and think these two things don't go together all that well? Like, didn't you look at how they mesh in any fashion and go, this is kind of strange, isn't it? Like, at any point? Ugh. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
Who knows?
doesn't work.
Crazy stuff. Anyway, back to this.
Oh, I'm going to hit the bathroom really quick. You keep going, though.
No problem. Gotcha.
You want to talk to her?
Who is that?
Oh, there's Phineas in chat.
Now, just to be clear, I'm not defending all of Bear's actions, okay? Because at this point in the movie, he knows the wish worked, and he knows the real Nikki's soul is, like, trapped or whatever, but he keeps on dating her and tries to, like, continue on as if this isn't the most horrible situation anyone could imagine. Although, to be fair, what is he supposed to do? Because if he breaks up with her, she's gonna hunt him down. And the only other choice, as we learn, is that the spell will break if he dies.
What the hell?
Then die.
What can I do
then perish.
You sure there's nothing else I can do?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you live. Sounds to me like you have a moral obligation to be there for her.
Another option appears when the real Nikki's able to speak very briefly while the demon Nikki is asleep.
Here we go.
Please don't wake her up. Just kill me.
Now, this is another part I've seen so many posts about that I find so baffling. Like, I've literally seen people say, like, if Bear truly loved Nikki, he would have killed her when she asked. Because, like, it's just that easy, you know? And then what? He goes to prison for life? Obviously, he doesn't want to do that. Also, it's well established in this movie that he's, like, a low self-esteem, probably depressed loser guy. So, like, of course, he's not going to suddenly do this completely out of character thing. Now, that being said, his reaction to this is very telling, though.
What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?
Okay, Bear, see, I was trying to be fair, okay? And then you go and you say that, like maybe everyone's right about you, you know? And this is further solidified.
Now you're getting it.
Now he's getting it, yeah. And again, that's the scene that no one can possibly forgive. It is
right, that's basically the equivalent of him turning to the camera and saying, I'm the bad guy. Like,
exactly. So evil, so vile, so disgusting of an action. And there's nothing you can do past that point where you're like, there is nothing you can do. That is pure evil of a statement. And like, and he knows that scene was in the movie and it recontextualizes, but rather than examine how that recontextualizes everything he did up until that point, he just glosses over it kind of. He's like, oh, I can see what people think you're bad. But like, even when discussing that scene, he spent more time sweeping for Bear than analyzing the implications of that scene. And keep in mind, for 19 and a half minutes of this video, he was glazing.
Yeah, it's weird to have this entire video where you're essentially glazing this character, and then with the knowledge that this moment was coming, because I have to imagine unless the script writing process is he's writing it as the movie's going, which is not a good way to do this. Like,
yeah, and you never re-examine your notes afterwards or do a rewrite,
right?
Or because I can. We were talking before. You can write notes while watching a movie, and those notes can be incorporated in your script. But you gotta have a reevaluation of what you just said.
Right. Like I said, I can understand maybe someone missing like the moments where Bear is truly despicable up to this point on first viewing. Mm-hmm. I can understand, but this is the point where any benefit of the doubt you can give this guy should cease. You could argue earlier, absolutely, but even if for some reason you didn't get it at this point, this should be the moment that it all stops.
Yeah, very quickly. There is at this point no ambiguity left. This guy's an asshole. It's that simple. He's an asshole, Mm-hmm. And you should spend more time reevaluating the film up to that point than just the last 2 minutes of the video. Because we're in the last couple of minutes, less than 3 minutes left of the video at this point. And it's only now he's evaluating the actual elements of the character.
Now, I didn't see his response to the backlash, but did he try to defend this by saying, "Oh, but by the end I said Bear was the bad guy," so that somehow undoes 19 minutes of glazing him?
Several times he says this.
Yeah. There you go.
So it's like, oh god, this really is much like Nostalgia Critics The Wall, where it's like, oh, see, I did what I briefly said this, so that counteracts a whole review worth of that. So
exactly.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Seems pretty shitty, right? All right. Let's let some super chats come in real quick.
At Annie Holly 1808 super chatted $5. Alex seems like the kind of guy to say, were the writers on drugs or something when a film is somewhat challenging or creative.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
Exactly what he is.
At Mantis 1515 super chatted $2.67. Someone should make Alex watch Twin Peaks.
I fear for the world if he does that. I truly do.
At Maryland 614 super chatted $4.92. What is his take on Promising Young Woman?
Oh god.
Does he view those dudes as, they can be good or bad? They lean slight closer to bad emo. Bear equals bad.
Except for Alfred Molina, apparently, in that film. That's the only one who doesn't get...
At SpongeSonic 1 super chatted $5. Do you think Alex would be the type to misinterpret characters like Walter White or BoJack Horseman?
I'd be shocked if he didn't.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
He would.
At Balthazar 228 super chatted $1.99. Does this advance the man versus bear discourse?
People were thinking bear might be a deliberate reference to that, but I don't think it was intentional, but still.
At Angels Art and Gaming super chatted $5. Someone spoiled the cat sandwich scene. It's why I haven't watched Obsession yet. It affects me so badly. I have to be in the mood to watch this movie.
That's totally fair. Violence
understandable. It's rough.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
At Mindless Consumer J1G super chatted $10. I think his problem is that although he acknowledges that Bear isn't a hero or villain, he glosses over his blatant flaws, which is frustrating because Bear's entire arc is him realizing his flaws.
Or not realizing them, alternatively. I think it's his whole arc is ignoring his flaws and getting worse.
At Riolia super chatted $5. I think the cat thing was fake Nikki trying to see if Bear loved her more than his dead cat.
That's an interpretation. I like that one. That's interesting.
I like that.
That's good.
At Eustace
that's
Giwo
clever.
super chatted
Like that.
$5. Bear is an effective villain because his villainy comes from a kind of selfishness, cowardice, and inconsideration of others that's all too familiar.
100%
Yep.
agree.
Yep.
That makes it so
Absolutely.
good. That makes it good writing.
At Wheelie Screddy super chatted $2. TBF, I think he's prioritizing jokes over analysis.
I would agree with that. 100%.
Yep.
Because there's no analysis in this video.
At Eustace Giwo super chatted $5. Bear is an effective villain because his villainy
Oh,
comes
that came
from a
twice.
kind of selfishness,
Okay.
cowardice, and inconsideration of others that's all too familiar.
Okay.
At SpongeSonic1 super chatted $5. Why ever could Alex be trying to defend an incel? It sure is a mystery.
Complete mystery, I'm sure. I don't know what the answer is to that question. It's a complete
I don't know
mystery.
either.
At Realia
Complete
super
fabrication.
chatted $5. His pinned comment on this video claimed he always said Bear was the bad guy and then blamed the audience for not understanding his thoughts.
Oh, yeah. In the last 3 minutes of the video saying it. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's keep going. We're going to pause supers for a bit as we get to the
I
end
liked
here.
it fine. A little full of itself, but good music and imagination.
God, it is the wall of you. It's all over again.
It is! It is!
We will never escape the wall.
Never.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He knows it's not the real Nikki, and he knows the real Nikki is trapped, but he still keeps going on like this.
Anything you want me to
No,
be.
don't say that.
Anything you want me to be. Let me be Nikki.
You're not being like me.
But this also brings up another interesting thematic element of the movie, I guess, which is like people are saying, if he truly loved Nikki, then he would do this incredibly selfless thing for her. But remember, his wish was not that Nikki would become obsessed with him. He wished
Who
that
cares?
she would love him. So why isn't her love for him as selfless as you're claiming that his love for her should be? You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Again,
what?
That wasn't the wish!
That was the wish. What the fuck are you talking about?
That wasn't the wish!
And that's not
The
Nikki.
wish was that he wished that Nikki would love me more than anything else. Like,
Jesus
bad
Christ.
wording.
It's like not even just bad wording. He got exactly what he asked for. And it's like, he
Yes!
just didn't like how she loved him. And that was like how it wasn't the fact that he was taking away her autonomy to choose to love him. It was that he just didn't like the way it was manifesting. He didn't care about her at all. He cared about how it affected him. Every
Right.
action he takes is only the action he takes because it impacts him, not how it impacts Nikki. Nikki is such a distant afterthought in his brain in terms of what she needs or wants, that every action is informed by that indifference to what she genuinely wants or needs. It's just what he wants.
Can I just say, also a bit off topic, can I just say, seeing that scene again of her going like, oh, I can be anything you want. I'm sorry, I'm not good enough. God, that hurts.
Yeah. You
That
almost
hurts.
feel bad for the possession. It's one of the few possession stories where you feel bad for the thing possessing her. Because even she's getting screwed over.
Mhm. Well, just especially with the themes of abuse and everything, that hits. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's deeply upsetting. Like, every single woman I know who has seen this movie comes away with, or any woman or any AFAB person who saw this movie comes across with the same interpretation. It's like, wow, that's deeply disturbing and deeply true to life. Because it impacts their life experience to some degree. It's like fucking Jesus.
oh my God.
Like it's staggering how he can put that clip in his video and not at any point reflect the implications of what that clip says. Like it is staggering to me that he did not pick up on any of that when watching it. Like, truly staggering. I do not understand how you do not get that. Just mind-blowing to me. And it's like, yeah, because men treat us like that. Yes, people in chat are pointing out, yeah, exactly, because there are men who do not pick up on that.
Mhm.
And it's like you would think, like, as a man watching it, you watch that and go, yeah, if a guy didn't have the self-awareness before, seeing that played out in such a horrifying fashion in front of them should be like, oh, now I get it, because art can help shift perspectives. Art can help individual perspectives, not cultural perspectives necessarily, but like an individual can look at a piece of art and see themselves reflected back in it and kind of think, oh, wow, I don't like the reflection I see. I need to do something differently or make a change my perspective. That's the power of good art. But this presents everything there in front of you, and you go, well, none of it connects. It's nuts to me. It's absolutely nuts to me how none of that like links up in his brain. Anyway, let's keep going.
Saying Nikki's the bad guy or Bear is some like blameless victim or whatever. I'm just saying there's many ways you could look at this movie. Like maybe the wish didn't work at all. Maybe Bear's just that cool. You ever thought of that? But anyway, so the very end of the movie, Nikki has killed Sarah and Ian.
Oh, kind of glossed over a few bits, didn't you?
We glossed over all the death.
Yeah, glossed over the whole and the attempt that and proof that Ian is the worst friend ever by like ignoring his friend saying, please wish for this one thing. Please take me seriously.
Right, because so he skipped over like both like the other girl's death, and
Sarah's
he skipped
death.
over like the attempt to buy another one wish Willow and make a wish to undo it, which you can't do. It's only one wish per person. So
yeah. Also, let me be perfectly blunt about this. Sarah's death is entirely Bear's fault. That is. Even if you ignore the fact that the wish he made led to that real head bashing sequence, real headbanger core memory there. He triggered that by knowing Nikki was possessed, knowing or had a veil or what have you, knowing Nikki was like dangerous, and like still doing that anyway because he wanted to. Like he brought that upon Sarah. Like he brought that ill will upon Sarah, not intentionally, but he's still accountable for it. And like it's like even Nikki said it was his. Yeah, even Nikki said this is your fault, really.
Not to mention, like it's more depressing just because like they had a chance at like an organic relationship that was building throughout. Which makes that earlier comment about like, oh, Bear doesn't have a chance. This was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They established he does have a chance.
Yeah, he just chooses not to do it. And that's kind of the horror of it all. Like, and I think that foil between Sarah and the possessed version of Nikki especially really puts into contrast how Bear robbed Nikki of choice and then refused to take accountability for his own actions. Because now he has a person who has no autonomy of her own, and he's choosing to go with someone else who, by the way, is completely innocent of the situation, has no idea what's going on, just knows that Nikki seems really unwell, thinks Nikki's taking advantage of Bear, thinks Bear's the abuse victim here. And it's like the whole thing is so heartbreaking and tragic and darkly kind of funny in a sick sort of way that Bear gave up a chance of happiness on his own because he refused to let a woman think for herself.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's so many levels of like subtext to that and human power to that narrative. And Alex just glosses over it as to make a cheap sex joke.
Yep.
And then glosses over Ian dying a random pathetic death as well.
Can I just say? Go ahead. Actually, you can go ahead.
Well, I was going to say also Ian's wish too, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah. The most reasonable wish of all. Again, until the IRS shows up.
But I have to say, Ant, of all the videos you've had me watch for these goddamn streams, I think this might be the worst.
Yeah.
I will take 10 Lily Orchard videos over this.
A fact that's deeply concerning. If Alex Meyers is worse than Lily Orchard in terms of entertainment value, we've crossed a line of like pure Event Horizon horror from which there is no escape at all. Oh, yes. Jesus Christ. That's bad. That's a bad comparison. Unfortunately, you're apt to make that comparison because you've seen that shit. Oh my God. Yeah. And Mark, My advice: don't touch Lily Orchard as a concept. She is.
No,
no.
Loud and clear.
No, she's absolutely fucking out of her mind. She's crazy as shit. Anyway, back to this.
Bear realizes that there's no way out of this unless he dies. So he eats all the rest of his grandma's Flintstone vitamins, I assume, and dies in the arms of Nikki, who is finally freed from the spell.
Hang on a second. You're glossing over a few details.
You glossed over a lot there, my friend.
Like how Bear took the pills, then tried spitting them out, which is like the final crescendo of Bear's cowardice as a human being, like completely avoiding the consequences, and only doesn't spit them out because Nikki makes a wish.
Yep.
Yeah, which is pretty telling, I think. It's like the ultimate karma. His will was taken away from him, and he died. He can't have forgotten those details. They're pretty significant. Originally, apparently, they scripted it so that Bear did just take the pills, and then the wish happened. But I think the performance was the actor tried spitting them out as like an improv, I think, or like an addition that they threw in the mix. So it's like it's a real great way of how actors can influence the direction of characters, and how the actor made the character so much more fucking vile through that decision. Like in death, he still couldn't take accountability for his own actions. So when anyone ever says Bear underwent an arc, he really doesn't. He is just as selfish in the final moments of the film as he is throughout the entire rest of the film, and as much of a coward. And at that point, he's let all of his friends die, and is still not willing to take accountability for what he did to Nikki. It's so upsetting and so disturbing, but so darkly funny, I think, in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. And she's fucked too. There's nobody.
Oh yeah,
she's fucked, like beyond fucked.
So, let's see what Alex says about this.
The end of the movie. Yeah, so whatever your personal interpretation of the movie is, it really is a fantastic film. It's a great horror, great writing, the acting is incredible.
I liked
Nikki,
it fine.
Obviously, fantastic job. But like with a lot of other movies and shows, especially recently, the online discourse is just insane. Like, what is it about this movie in particular that people made it their entire personalities? Like, there's something very funny to me about how this movie about the dangers of unchecked obsession has gone on to spawn one of the most insanely obsessed fan bases I've ever seen. Congrats, y'all, nailed it. Now again, I need to be very clear here, okay? Ultimately, Bear is the bad guy. He doesn't know what he did until late in the movie, but when he figures it out, he just keeps on rationalizing to himself because, like, he wants Nikki, and he doesn't seem to really care that she's being tortured the whole time, but rather he wants the demon to just act like Nikki so that he can pretend that he's actually dating Nikki, you know? Like, this is a bad dude. Yes, absolutely. Nikki is completely innocent. Her life is forever ruined because of some depressed, selfish loser guy, okay? Yes, like that's the outcome of the movie. But how we get to that point, I think, is a lot more nuanced than a lot of you were giving the movie credit for.
Oh, fuck off!
A lot more nuance. You know, 10 out of 10. Good music. Good music, guys. Fantastic performance.
I liked it fine. A little full of itself.
It is the fucking modern version. I'm so glad we brought back The Wall in 2026. It is staggering that that's his takeaway.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm glad he said it had lots of nuance. Would have been
nuance.
nice if he covered it.
Yeah, would be great to see that nuance, wouldn't it, Alex? And it's like, again, like, I don't want to harp on the guy too badly. At the end of the day, he made a bad video, a bad take. That's not the end of the world. But like, this is like a cautionary tale to anyone who ever makes a response. You gotta take the movie at its face value to interpret what it's actually saying. You can't just like completely. He's so out of his league with this. He's out of his element. He's totally out of his element with this video. It is staggering and frustrating because it's like the whole time he's like projecting his own self onto Bear in the most destructive, disturbing, tricky way possible. Oh, as
hello.
Hey, Phineas, what's going
I
on?
cannot stay for too long. I just have to make sure you're aware of this. Are you aware of the Alex Myers mobile game?
The what?
I'm sorry, what?
The Alex Myers mobile game from 2020?
Oh, dear God. I'm have to Google this. 1 second.
Let me send you the link to this. I'm gonna poke out after this, but I just figured I should make you and your audience aware of this really quickly. I have sent this to you. I gotta get going again for now. Have fun and enjoy learning about this chaotic little mobile game as a good break.
Okay.
What?
Enjoy.
Let's see it. Okay. Oh, this is on mute. 1 second.
Candy Crush. Hey, guess what, everybody? I'm in a video game. It's on the Android and iOS app stores. It's basically kind of like Candy Crush or Bejeweled or whatever, but it's got all my little dudes in it. And there's 200 levels to get through, so now you have even more excuses to sit in the bathroom for hours at a time avoiding your family/roommates. It's all free to play, so just head on over to the app store. Links are down below, of course, and just download and start playing right now. Come on.
What is this?
What? What?
So, you just had Bejeweled?
Yeah, it's Bejeweled at Home. We have Bejeweled at Home by Alex Myers.
So it's shovelware, isn't it?
Yeah, he made shuffleware. Like really bad shuffleware. That's someone else's idea.
My goodness.
It's like an asset flip. He made an asset flip and charged money for it.
I'm just gonna say it. I think the games I've been in are better.
I would second that perspective. I would absolutely second that. Okay, let's I'm gonna let some super chats play before I figure out what to do next. After that,
I think I'm gonna hop out because I want to get out of here.
And
I feel
like super chatted $1.99.
All right.
Scott
If you guys watch another, God be with you. See ya.
Right. See, take care.
Okay.
All right.
At It's Your Boy 562 super chatted $3.08. I need some positivity here. Who's excited for the Odyssey this weekend?
Well, Mark's
Looking
seen
forward to a great 3-hour epic and a great date night with the wife Call Me Hand.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I'm probably going to do a video about the Odyssey backlash this weekend, too.
At Pandamani super chatted $15.55. May this help you reach your stream goal. Have a good one.
Oh,
Night
yeah,
all.
no, we're very close to stream goal, actually. It'll probably be kicked off after these supers, I think.
At GamerNinja24 super chatted $2. Is the Discord open to all?
Discord is open to channel members only and Patreon members. So if you join as a member, you can join the Discord.
At Cardboard Tube Night super chatted $2. Couldn't he use a second wish stick and give her freedom?
You only get one wish total. Mm-hmm. But someone else could make the wish.
At Nix the Phoenix 605 super chatted $5.
He just gives up after one try.
I've seen people say the movie asks you to feel sympathy for Nikki and wish Nikki.
Yeah, I get that too. I feel bad for both. More real Nikki than wish Nikki.
At SpongeSonic1 super chatted $5. For a bit of levity, it's like fucking Jesus. Ant knows what fucking Jesus is like.
God. Fortunately.
At Geish Keto G super chatted $2.66. What is my purpose? You love bear. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is like that from Rick and Morty. Oh, thank me, member, for 2 months there. Stone Phoenix. Worth in Shadiversity videos. That's a different kind of bad. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Shad's different.
At Occult Classy super chatted $5. Are the crazy, obsessed fans in the room with us right now, Alex?
Apparently he blamed them for it in his apology, basically.
At K-Cast Reviews super chatted $4.99. Alex, if you think a majority of your audience misinterpreted your opinions, that is on you as a presenter and analyst, not on the viewers.
Exactly. It's entirely
Yep.
That's the big issue. It's his fault for
At
not presenting his
SpunSonic1
ideas
super chatted $2. Not me singing Epic on the way to see the Odyssey.
Honestly, I would be shocked if I didn't hear it in the parking lot. The Epic soundtrack. Mark, you've listened to Epic, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can see that entirely playing on the background. I'm probably not going to watch a second Alex video. I feel like that drained me too much. I'm probably going to chill.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
At GoMad Gamer super chatted $4.99. Honestly, when the movie ended, I just looked at my wife and asked why real Nikki didn't just wish the events of the movie didn't happen.
Well, because Wish Nikki made the that counts a different person. Because if you only get one wish and you didn't get to actually make your wish because someone else's wish controlled that event, you could conceivably make a wish to undo the events, like a Wishmaster situation. But wouldn't that then like cause a cycle where the same things happen in inevitably? Unless you change one key detail from the past, like in Wishmaster?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
At Maryland
I wonder, that'd be a cool
614
idea.
super chatted $4.92. Off topic, but could you compare and contrast Pro FX and Magneto with Amuro and Char Aznable? And what's up with their mom fixations?
I feel like they're different enough, but I can see that comparison, them being kind of like two parallel like foils to each other on opposite sides of the same conflict. I feel like Magneto and Professor X have a much closer relationship, more closely aligned than Amuro and Char. But there is a comparison there.
Yeah. I think Amuro and Char is kind of more inexplicable in how they interact with each
At
other.
KJ Zana
Agreed,
super chatted $5. Off topic, but I'm going on vacation with my family this weekend. It's gonna be lakeside beaches, nature hiking, and scenic touring where I'm going.
That sounds awesome. Hope you enjoy every second of that. It sounds so much fun. Oy vey. Okay, cool. Sounds like the super chats have slowed down a bit. But yeah, Mark, what'd you think of that video?
It's so nice I had to watch it twice.
Oh, you did? You ultimately did, though. In the same day. And if you want to see Mark further analyze more of Alex Meyers' videos, you can on his channel. And would you say that that's a typical Alex Meyers video or particularly bad of his?
From what I've seen, that might have been the worst, but if you watch some of the others, you can kind of see there's the same problems.
Yeah.
With his perspective. Like when he's not making silly jokes, what he's actually commenting on is a bit concerning with his views on women.
Yeah.
So
that's the big issue. And even looking at like these thumbnails, like, I'm not going to click on one to like watch a whole video, but like it does look really particular with the kind of thumbnails there. Like Judy Hopps here, like the way she's positioned there. And a lot of the titles are very weirdly dismissive in ways that I don't think make sense. And like, for example, he has a Twilight compilation video, which is fine. It's all well and good. Wuthering Heights, not what I expected. It's like Malcolm Middle was absolutely unhinged. Barbie Princess Charm School was an insane movie. Why is that a member exclusive?
That's, I'm guessing either like the members wanted him to watch it, or there's something in there that I don't think he wants others to see, or maybe it's too embarrassing.
That's what I'm wondering.
Isn't there another Barbie one?
Yeah, Barbie Fairytopia.
Oh man, maybe it's a series he does.
People wanted me to watch Barbie Fairytopia at one point on the channel, and I kind of never did, and I feel bad about that. I might do it maybe as like a little later video, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, what is he saying on those videos specifically that like you don't want to have? Like I know Phineas's brain broke watching the Turning Red videos. I remember I think Phineas told me this, that like his videos on Monster High were particularly like egregious in terms of like how he sexualizes the ladies.
At Spunsonic 1 super chatted $5. Nobody remembers how insane Toy Story was. Alex, are you telling me people don't remember Toy Story?
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of these videos are like, and again, like looking at his traditional material, like you got movies like Paranorman, Monster House, Freaky Friday, Heathers. And he has two on Monster. Oh, he has a members version. Okay, that's what it was.
So he has early ones, yeah.
So he has a members version that's like a few seconds longer than the mainstream one. So I'm guessing it's like more uncensored, unhinged jokes, probably more sexualized, I imagine. But it's like a lot of these are. No one told me how insane the Narnia movies are. Like, never read Narnia.
At KJ Zana super chatted $2. How dare Alex diss Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross?
Yeah, exactly. How dare. That one got you. That one got you bad.
That motivated me. That really made me angry more than anything else.
And don't get me wrong, it's a good soundtrack. I've heard the Challengers soundtrack. I haven't seen Challengers, but I've heard the soundtrack, and it's really good. And it's like,
I referred to in my review, it's like Reznor and Ross are like characters in that movie with their music.
But that's like most of their soundtracks, I feel like. They really have a good handle on like making like But like,
Mhm.
there's some here that I'm like, some of the videos are confusing me like a little bit. Like, I feel like he was trying to step outside of his comfort zone this last year, because like a lot of this
Yeah.
is Disney. A lot of it, I mean, he did Frankenstein, like so Netflix movies mainly,
Mhm.
and then he did like Bridgerton. That's one that makes no sense I think for this. I'm not sure people we met on vacation. I've never seen that one. How is that one?
Well,
Is that like a
I uh, I think the pattern that I'm seeing here is like, well, Netflix.
yeah big Netflix
He's
movies?
just, and I think he's going for like the popular stuff on Netflix.
Exactly. Okay, one thing right here. Color Theory EB, thanks for being a member for 4 months. Discovering Alex made me realize that sometimes a cartoon reviewer's problem can go beyond expand your movie diet. Yeah, that's the thing too.
Mhm.
And most of these aren't even bad movies, I'd say. I mean, Ralph Breaks the Internet is not great. But like,
Mhm.
he's doing a lot of popular films. He's doing a lot of like the after movies, which I've never seen any of them. A lot of Colleen Hoover. Like they're
At Idcolot
formulaic in
0129
one way or
super
another.
chatted $2. Mark's video I'd say inspires me to be a writer.
Hell yeah! Congratulations, Mark. You're inspiring people to be writers.
Go for it. Yes.
Yeah, please. If anything we do inspires you to create your own work, please do so. That's incredible. But like, I mean, some of these it's frustrating because like yeah, I've reviewed some movies that are like family friendly and cartoonish, or like discussed them anyway. And that's all well and good. I think there's a good balance is important. But like you notice, like immediately, none of these are horror. Like none of them, they're all genre pieces, like very like family friendly genre pieces, except for like the Netflix movies on occasion. So either like romantic Hallmarky comedies or whatever, or like Disney. And it's like looking at that. Okay, Beetlejuice is the only one I've seen so far that kind of remotely connects to that style of storytelling. Yeah, and even that's Beetlejuice, which is like, you know, I mean, there's some parts of Beetlejuice that are very inappropriate for kids, but like even still, I mean, it's not really a kids movie though. It's more like Tim Burton's weird kind of fantasies.
Yeah,
like all the things you couldn't make at Disney. But yeah, at this point we're kind of like going in circles with this one. I feel like we kind of all covered the basics. I think we can probably wrap things up.
Yeah, I think the pattern that you're seeing emerge here is that he's used to covering, movies and media you don't have to think that much about. So if you're just cracking jokes like, about stuff like Little Mermaid or like what Five Nights at Freddy's here, you don't require a lot of intelligence or background or research to go into any of that.
Exactly.
You can crack ridiculous jokes, but when you start hopping on trends of movies you're not familiar with and genres you're not familiar with, then you're going to start to stumble. And then and that was part of the problem. The other part is that it starts revealing that when you misread stuff, you misread like your personality as well and how it comes across.
Exactly. Although I will say this about Alex, I do agree that Netflix does keep canceling their best shows, and you did put and he did put Shadow and Bone on that thumbnail, which I agree with. That show should have gone on. Yeah. Like, did you ever see Shadow and Bone?
I watched a little bit of the first season, but I've read it.
Yeah, the book. Well, I mean, Six of Crows. That whole duology was like really mangled in the adaptation. But like some of the best bits of those books were almost going to be adapted. I guess the next season they're planning on doing, and I think that duology I love a lot. I love those characters. So any chance to see those characters continue to show up, I would have loved. But it's a shame because it was almost perfectly casted. I think like most of the cast for that was. And they made some good changes in the adaptation, in some regards. Not in a lot of regards, but in some regards especially. I think season 2 mangled some details, but it could have gotten a really good third season, I think. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion there. I've waxed poetic about Six of Crows multiple times in the past. Even like anyway, I'm babbling. But no. So I think that we can put a pin in this one for now, unless Alex Meyers does anything else. But we can keep on if he tries to like do anything too wild again. But hopefully he learns from this. Like hopefully he figures out, what to do from here. Because I would like to see him improve, but I feel like he's just going to push us on the rug and keep doing what he's doing, and not learn the right lesson from this, which is to say, what to do in these situations.
I think if anything, I hope that he's like learned the limits of what this format can do for him and where it is most appropriate and where it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope.
Yeah, you would hope that's the case, but I feel like he's not going to get it. I feel like he's just going to keep making the same errors again. But you know, you want to see people improve. You really like on YouTube when I make critiques of people, I always want to see them do better. I don't say what I say because I just want to trash on them. I would like genuinely, even the worst of the people we've covered on the channel, if they got better, I would celebrate that success. I think people getting better is the best result. But I feel like the fact he deleted his apology, I think that speaks volumes to some degree of what kind of guy Alex is, which sucks. You know, it really does suck. But you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me a second time on this journey of Alex Meyers.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think once it was been through it once, with like, yeah, now I'm just waiting to see everyone else's reactions to it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because it's fascinating seeing that kind of perspective. But I gotta ask you this question: is this the worst thing you've seen this year, or would something like, say, Melania beat it out slightly?
Or in terms of like,
in terms of worst piece of content made this year.
Well, I guess I don't know. I mean, Melania took millions of dollars to make, and I'm pretty sure Alex didn't spend that much money.
I hope certainly not.
Not to mention he took it down. So
yeah, I mean, I think he can take the loss, or maybe he got a nice amount of viewership beforehand. But yeah, no, this is wild. I mean, it's not even the worst thing I've seen this month, because Citizen Vigilante I also saw, which was
yeah,
that was god awful. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. If you like the guests on here, Lizzie's channel and Mark's channel are online. Find them. They both make great content and material. And Mark has a video going through Alex Meyers' body of work that goes into more detail than we went into here, across multiple videos that Alex has done. So I want to thank you both again. Though Lizzie will have to hear from the ether what I'm saying about her. And yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. This is a really great stream. Hopefully, we're working on a few big projects for the channel in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully they come to fruition. I may shift a few things around this week in terms of what was going to originally come out, just so I could talk about the Odyssey, because I feel like that conversation needs to be discussed. And you might see a shorter version of this as a potential side video that comes out this week, potentially, if I have enough time tonight to edit it, but we'll see. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you later.